Why? 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 Why did I think... Why was I talked into this? Okay, I doubt anyone is watching this right now, but please understand, this is just true, sheer peer pressure. I got the goddamn robot-obsessed guy and the goddamn dandy told me to do this. So, yeah, that's why we're doing this. We were supposed to do a live stream a couple hours ago, but I wasn't feeling all there, so I decided to cancel it, and then I started talking to Brayton and Andres, and then then here we are. That's why this is another episode of Night Owling, the failed pilot that was now going to become a recurring series for all live streams and live watches I never agreed to and just created off the cuff. So we have and here comes our official mascot, Hooey the Hoot Owl. How you doing?
Who am I? Who are you? Where's my family?
We just gave Hooey the Hoot Owl a human-like soul and brain recently, so he's just getting used to being super sentient. How you doing, Hooey the Hoot Owl?
In constant pain. Ooh.
I can't keep this up. I'm too sick to be doing that. So
I don't give a hoot anymore.
yeah, no one gives a hoot. Oh, what's this? There's a blue screen on the thing. Okay, are you there, Andres? You can unmute.
Why? Why? Why?
Right.
Sean Connery.
Yeah, and there's only 3 people watching. I guess who those 3 assholes would be.
The Stooges.
Yeah, I'm looking at you guys right now. Okay. Okay, so this is Night Owling. Also, why is there a giant blue screen on the Skype chat? I'm not used to that. What's that about?
I don't know.
Okay. There's
some funnies going on.
There's a mystery here.
You better check.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, this is new. All right, we might have Wynn join us later, but right now she's in a world of whimsy and fantasy, fighting dragons in a dungeon. So yeah, but more power to her if she doesn't show up.
Where's she at? The Supreme Court? Huh? Topical? That's my topical late night.
Yeah, by the way, okay, we can't say the C word for obvious reasons. Computer. Damn it! No, I'm just... but you know, the plague virus. But you guys heard what just happened a little while ago.
The beer bug.
Yes, the beer bug. Oh, God. Yeah, did you guys hear what happened just less than a couple of hours ago?
I just saw right this minute, right now, as
Okay.
you were getting ready to stream.
All right, El Presidente Rump. He's tested positive for COVID along with his wife Ivanka, and they're both in quarantine right now.
Okay.
Wow! What timing!
It's like
I wear a mask when I need it, you know.
Donald
I
Trump.
get big crowds.
Donald Trump and the no good, very bad, horrible campaign.
I was outside for your information. It's perfectly safe. Perfectly safe. Check out my health. No, don't check my health.
Dear God.
It's a no-win situation either way because we don't like him, but if he dies, we get Mike Pence, which is like even worse. Mm-hmm. And if he lives, he's gonna like, COVID's no big problem. Go ahead and lick random strangers. I'll pardon you all.
Finally!
Andres.
Finally, a presidential excuse to lick people.
Finally!
People lickers, stand back and stand by.
Oh.
That became a meme that was all the last 2 days.
Oh, Raph, I can't lick you, and you taste like Velcro. But yeah, that's pretty awkward timing. Yeah, I don't know. Luckily I've been one of the lucky ones who haven't tested positive for it, but I have been in quarantine, self-quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wish not. Even though I dislike, there's a lot of people I dislike. I wish this on no one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Oh, did you get tired licking me?
No, Brayton, I never get tired of licking you.
You taste like Velcro.
No. When you when you said a presidential excuse to lick people,
Did merely saying the name Donald Trump out loud force you into regurgitation? You had to leave?
No. When you guys says finally an excuse to lick people, I literally laughed the cranberry juice out of my nose. So
that's great.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You asked. It's your punishment.
Great. I have the ability to make liquids explode from Raph's orifices.
Oh, maybe we won't have Win. Win, save yourself.
Yeah, as Andres put it, this is the He-Man woman. What is the He-Man woman hater club?
The He-Man Women Haters Club.
Yeah. Plus she's the only girl we know on this show. So. Oh wait, no. There's also
Neppo.
No, well, yeah, the Neppo is a bitch. Sorry, in the sense that he sucks. Oh God, this is really this is a terrible live stream. I blame you two for forcing me
Technically,
into this.
Neppo would literally be a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andres, for.
Or was he born in a test tube by like evil German scientists? We have created a monster who will destroy the human race.
Namely, Raph. And it just cuts to a German scientist. Look, puppy! And just throws at me before driving away. Well, I guess I'm stuck with a chihuahua.
Did you ever see that Lilo and Stitch sequel with the hamster villain?
Oh, yeah.
Little German hamster guy.
Yeah. What about it?
Yeah, that's sort of if Neppo could. I think that's what Neppo does on his nights. He just puts on a little cape and menaces planets.
What is a Gud?
Because
and constantly berates Kevin Michael Richardson.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm surprised that shark didn't just bite his head off. Oh wait, it's Disney. You can't do anything interesting.
Wow, big words. Big talk.
They can certainly do some interesting stuff. They can
film at a Chinese internment camp.
Yeah. I was gonna say they can fail at making a movie that should have been an easy A for them.
How do you screw up Mulan?
Yeah, it's like that's the thing. It's like people love Mulan. Disney wants to cater to China. Ergo, make a movie that everyone loves that caters to China. It's that simple, and yet they ended up pleasing no one.
Yeah, and the Chinese are such a fickle audience, and you did everything the Chinese would have gone against regardless. Like oh god, they really hate it when they're pandered to with a serious movie. It's like
and they don't like it when their movies when like adaptations of their own stories are too Americanized.
Yeah,
like the original, like the animated Mulan.
Yeah, well but then again, it's like from what I what?
I'm sorry, I just saw a tweet. Frank Conniff says they're still waiting for test results to see if Trump has contracted karma.
I was about to squirt more cranberry juice out of my eye sockets when you said that. Thankfully, I stopped myself.
But no, to continue bashing Mulan because I'm just so disappointed. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm disappointed that pretty much unanimously everybody says it's doggy doo.
Yeah. Well, it's like like one of the things I always appreciate about the original Mulan movie was that she was a self-made hero. Like, she already had some skills before joining the army, but she trained thanks to the army.
Mainly the fact that she is she uses her brains, not her brawns.
Yeah, and in addition to help her, and it's kind of a self-improvement story for everybody involved, because it's not just her, not just her leveling up to a really awesome warrior, but also her friends becoming better through her, and vice versa. And it's I love those superhero narratives where a normal person pushes himself to become exceptional. In the new Mulan, she was born with Jedi powers. Yeah.
That's like it completely betrays the entire point of the character. Where it's like before, it's like anyone can be special if they work hard enough at it. Here, it's like you can only be special if you're born special.
Yeah, and then of course the forced feminist angle. Like, I have absolutely nothing with liberal elements in media.
Sure.
No, liberal progressive idea. No, progressive
Liberal fantasy elements.
Shut up. Progressive. Actually, that you're a good point, Brayton. I take that. Shut up.
I want to see Bernie with lightning hands.
Keep me
Total
out.
cop out, Marvel.
Keep me out of the Democratic race, will ya? Boo!
Yeah.
That was my terrible. That was my terrible.
I am the Senate. Unlimited socialism.
Free healthcare for everyone. As Mitch McConaughey falls out of a window with his purple lightsaber. Oh! And then he tucks his head and his feet and his arms into his shell, and he spins into safety.
Were there fantasy elements with Mulan? Because I did notice some Crouching Tiger-esque wire work going on.
Okay, so apparently Chi, which isn't which the anime American version of what Chi actually is, which is life energy taken to insane extremes.
Yeah, well, that's a foreign idea, so it's fantasy to me, Raph.
No, hold on. Let me try to explain this, okay? I don't want you to be.
I know what Chi is.
Here's the funny thing. They totally screwed up what Chi is all about.
Yes,
like,
Andres, explain it because Brayton respects you barely.
All right, so technically, in a lot of fiction out there, which they use this element taken from, I guess, certain beliefs that there is a sort of energy. It surrounds us, it binds us, it penetrates us.
Yep.
And in certain portions of fiction, characters are able to harness that life energy and use it in spectacular, fantastical ways. If you are familiar at all with Dragon Ball, you may recognize the energy blast. That is exactly the concept they're talking about. So in traditional media, whenever they handle the concept of chi or ki, however they want, or hamon if you're a JoJo fan, they tend to, it's like everybody has chi, but you have to train real hard in order to harness it and summon it and manipulate it. Whereas in the Mulan movie, you don't have to train at all to harness your chi. You're just born with the natural ability to use it. So even utilizing the concept of chi, it's completely bastardized in a way where it's not at all how most writers would use that plot device.
Well, not only that, but there was this really informative video on YouTube where somebody talked about the cultural differences between what the Mulan movie is trying to do and what the Chinese. And she brought up a good.
Oh, okay. You've seen that same video I did. That was awesome.
Yeah, and
I recommend anyone who there's probably a video that says like everything culturally wrong with the new Mulan. Check out that. I highly recommend the audience to check out that video as well as Accented Cinema's video on Mulan.
Oh yeah, but no. Basically, she brought up a good point that for the vast majority of Chinese audiences or Chinese people, chi just means normal life force energy. It's nothing magical. It's nothing unique.
Right. It's nothing that you're like magic. Like even Dragon Ball does this. Everybody has chi or ki.
Yeah, and in fact, it's like, what is it? She brought up a good point. Saying that you have a lot of chi is the equivalent of saying you have a lot of blood. It's nothing
exactly,
unique.
Yeah.
It's damn ridiculous. So I'm gonna let me find that Accented Cinema review because that brought up really good points and exactly my feelings towards how crummy this new movie is. But
that's not how chi works.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's there could not be a more relevant line to describe that.
Yeah, but to get back to Brayton's question. Okay, they have a witch in it, which technically is a more European idea than a Chinese idea. In Chinese mythology, it's evil spirits that assume human forms. So there's a shape.
What about pogo stick vampires?
No.
That's
wait. Yeah, wait, no, I know what you're talking about. The hopping vampires.
Yeah, hopping vampires.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
they are not appearing in this legend.
Yeah, plus get your head out of your butt, okay? We're talking serious here. Anyways, there's a transforming witch that's in the movie.
I guess there's a magical frog girl, too.
What is with you and magical frog girls? You're so weird, Brayton. Okay, anyways, yeah, there's a transforming witch, there's chi powers, and I I don't know. Is there another element of fantasy in there, or not really?
People have the bad guys have chi powers, which allows them to catch bows in midair and run up walls.
Oh yeah, isn't there like the bad guys are also technically zombies too?
I don't know about that. I don't know
Okay.
anything about that.
Okay, I don't know nothing
The
about
fantasy is that Disney actually cares about cultural representation. Yeah.
These are the same people whose executive said nobody cares when an Asian person dies.
Actually, that was the president of Marvel Television before Disney kicked him out. But
I thought it was Jeff Loeb or Jeff someone.
You're probably right, but no, the producer behind the Netflix Marvel shows and in Inhumans said that outright about, we don't need to make our Asian characters unique. Who gives a care about them? So, which is sadly, I think pretty much everybody in Hollywood up until China was giving them money. It's like, we gotta cater to these guys. Quick, drop trow and bend over.
Again, which makes me so astounded that they failed so hard at pandering to China with Mulan.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, success was given to them on a silver platter, and they screwed it all up.
Yeah.
With an actress that Hong Kong people don't like, with a story that Chinese people don't like, with an entire premise that Americans don't like. It's something that nobody likes.
Yeah. Oh, and not only that, but here's, of course, China being the capitalist, authoritarian country that it is. Okay, here's what really sucks. They filmed the movie literally just a couple of miles away from a Chinese internment.
Right. It's the Chinese internment camps for Muslims.
Exactly. And forgive my Chinese viewers if you're going to get blocked. If I'm going to get blocked in a second. But yeah.
Don't worry. YouTube does not exist in China.
Okay, that's good. And yet here we are on TikTok. Anyways, no. What happened was, the American
Fortnite dance.
Shut up. The American surrounded by children. Literally, they're much younger than me.
Good guy. TikTok.
Good golly.
It's what the kids are doing.
So the American media was talking about these internment camps and where the movie was filmed, which is pretty nasty. That's like filming Lord of the Rings literally inside a Holocaust museum. And the Chinese media got so upset about that they cut off all media coverage of Mulan in its second week. So much so that you literally had to walk to the movie theaters just to see if the movie was playing or not. That's how bad the media blackout was. So not only did the movie underperform, but the Chinese government basically cut off all ties to have any media coverage for it, to hide the fact that they have an internment camp for poor Muslim refugees and citizens. So,
for being problematic.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and so they can be quote unquote re-educated.
Yeah, it's some pretty nasty stuff. It's like, for as much as Donald Trump wants to scream about how much we're different than China, I'm afraid that we're just a stone's throw away from what he wants America to be like, basically China 2.0. But no, we're not here to talk about politics. We're here to talk about stupid stuff. Right, Brayton?
Like TikTok? Can we talk about TikTok? I'm an e-boy, says Andres.
What does e-boy mean? You put electricity up your bones? That sounded horrible. Yeah, Night Owling is a much more saucier show than Live Stream of Consciousness, ladies and gentlemen.
You heard about this? You heard about this Among Us jazz that the kids are into?
What?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. That's everyone's been making memes. First it was Fall Guys.
I'm old. Explain it to me.
Nintendo 64.
It's essentially okay. So there's an online game that a shit ton of people are playing right now, Ralph. It's called Among Us, and it's essentially a video game version of John Carpenter's The Thing in space.
Oh, yeah. I remember that movie. It was
Raph kind of sus.
I don't know. Giant carrot man that got electrocuted and turned into a tiny carrot man. At this point,
I'm starting to think that Raph is the imposter.
Oh, he is kind of sus. I saw him do it.
You killed
White Raph.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that scene in John Carpenter's The Thing where they're naming names of who could be the imposter, and you cut to the one guy who is later, like just minutes later, revealed to be the alien, just doing like, "Ah, they found me out."
Perhaps Wilfred Brimley tearing up his room with an axe, tearing all of his busty women off the wall.
And there's like a giant noose with Miss Blue's picture on it. It's like, I'm good now. You can let me out. Everything's okay. Okay, but anyways, as you're saying, there's a stupid video game that's basically ripping off The Thing.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And people, every once in a while, people regularly vote on which of among them is the imposter, and they get whoever gets voted out gets shot out of the spaceship, and they'll be given the prompt as to whether or not that person they shot out of the spaceship was or wasn't the imposter. And then the next round continues again and again. So either they eventually catch the imposter or the imposter ends up killing everybody.
This is not a group play game, is it?
It
Yeah.
is.
Oh, fuck.
This sounds like a wonderful idea for a live stream show.
The whole point.
This sounds as terrible as like the World of Warcraft whenever they had minor plagues and you had the players that ran out and gave everyone the plague because they thought it was funny. That kind of bullshit. This sounds exactly
It's
like
like
that.
Clue, Raph. It's not like that at all.
You leave
Yeah,
Natalie Kahn out of
like-
this.
Yeah.
Get
So
it,
like
Clue?
as the imposter, you go around slowly killing people while making sure no one else sees you. At least one person sees you. If one person sees you, you can try to make them turn out to be the bad guy.
Yeah, but with that said, I bet a lot of innocent players get launched out of the spaceship just because of vote peer pressure, right?
Big time.
It's like, this is why
That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun.
It's
Yeah,
pointing
but-
fingers. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, but it
It's
also shows how shitty humanity is in general. Again, going back to the
That's what
world.
makes it fun.
I don't. Yeah, well, I didn't come to this. I mean, I didn't fucking deal with you.
I didn't come to this planet. Oh crap! They found me out.
That's my joke. Anyways, yeah, but at the same time, like, now I'm starting to realize that maybe the aliens keep their distance because they know if they show up, we're gonna kill ourselves one way or another, and it's probably.
Also, keep in mind that this is a game, Raph, and no one actually dies, so
Yeah,
nobody cares.
But as far as social experimenting goes, it's pretty goddamn grim. So, like I said, it's like World of Warcraft. Whenever there was minor plagues and players had to keep their distance, they would still have the one troll who goes around giving everyone the plague. And now we're in 2020, and then with the beer bug and. Anyways.
Please lecture us on the sociological implications of the game Mousetrap.
All right, so in that case, you're more of a fall
You see,
guy.
Mousetrap represents.
Cookie Cop is a really big inclination on why we have a problem with the police force currently.
Mousetrap represents communism, in the sense that you can't get a potato without being trapped in a giant plastic cage.
Mario promotes the monarchy,
Right?
Like
The Italian monarchy.
the Italian monarchy, by constantly trying to rescue the princess from the liberating forces of King Bowser. Wait a minute.
Mega Man.
It's all a monarchy.
The Mega Man franchise supports slavery.
That is kind of true,
Yeah,
given that the
okay.
robots that are turned evil are all like service bots.
And when they're not evil, they're still service bots.
Yeah.
So, Mega Man better than I do. Is it true Gutsman and Merman Lady got together? Or is that just fan art shipping?
That is fan art shipping, because
Okay.
Gutsman was killed in the first game, and Mermaid Woman was introduced in the 9th game.
Wait,
They never met.
Yeah, but didn't they bring back Gutsman? Or is that other elements of the franchise outside the video game? Also,
Maybe
wait a
other-
minute. In the first game, no, you might be mistaken because they got rid of Gutsman, but in the first Mega Man game, they basically are okay in the mythology of Mega Man. Like the first robot masters were technically Mega Man's brothers, who were freed from Dr. Wily, but all the robots from Mega Man 2 and onward were, for the most part, bad guys under the direct command of Dr. Wily.
Let's see.
Meanwhile-
Apparently, Gutsman came back in Mega Man 7 and had a brief cameo appearance in Mega Man 8. But that's it. So yeah, he never appeared in anything
I just realized something. My grandfather was still alive. He'd say, "This is all fiction. None of this shit matters."
I mean, that's what I say all the time
Okay.
whenever people bring up who would win arguments.
Unless Gundams evolved.
What? No, not even then. No, definitely not with Gundams. Like people, I remember a few times actually when I would talk about like Gundam, people would be like, "Well, can it win a fight against the fucking Megazord?" It's like they're from two different realities with two different rules on how robots work. There's no point in any of this.
And also if Death Battle taught us anything, Zords don't do well for some weird reason. So.
And Optimus Prime can cheat with hacks.
Yeah. What's that, Amuro? just punches the kid out of the robot. I won. So, yeah, it's like versus battles do kind of, unless it's an official crossover, it really doesn't matter, does it?
Even with crossover battles, there's never a definitive winner.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's like a lot of time crossovers, you really can't do much with them either because they're technically out of continuity. And especially if they're a Japanese crossover with all the copyright problems, the characters will barely interact until the last 10 minutes.
Well,
like, I know there's those Super Sentai movies where the characters do meet each other. That's because Super Sentai is under Toei's overall house. But then you have something like Lupin the Third meets Detective Cohen, and they barely interact until like the last third act. And even then, it's like, what was the point of this in the first place?
I will say Super Robot Wars definitely does a brilliant job at crossovers because they just have these wonderful matchups where the characters interact in so many interesting and engaging ways that feels natural, like a natural extension of those characters.
Oh, like that one Super Robot Wars game where Godzilla shows up and all the characters like, what's this? What's his deal? Who's this guy?
That actually did happen in the mobile game.
Yes, what was it? Omega Q or Q, whatever it was called?
Cross Omega.
Yeah, Cross Omega. That also featured the Megazord in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was the Jew Ranger stuff.
Rangers.
There was a really cute thing they did. So they kind of shipped Amuro from Gundam together with, what's the name of the purple-haired woman? I keep forgetting her name, even though she's like my favorite character from Evangelion. Misato.
Okay.
Because their respective voice actors were Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask, respectively.
Oh, okay. So
they do really interesting, like... Oh, another cool thing was, like, in the latest Super Robot Wars game, they had Domon Kashu from G Gundam interacting with Ryoma from Getter Robo Armageddon. And Ryoma mentions that he almost became the Gundam pilot for the G Gundam tournament, which is a reference to the fact that Ryoma's voice actor almost became did the voice for Domon Kashu.
Okay, and Brayton, do you regret this so far?
I think the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour was a total scam.
What do you mean? You got 3 full-on specials. You got a whole lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah, but they never fought.
Yeah.
Did they? I can't remember. It's been, like 15 years?
Right. I don't know. Yeah, it's just barely been any decent crossovers out there. So.
Mm. Oh, Justice League versus Power Rangers was a really good crossover.
Alpha 5 turned giant size to fight a giant worm.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. I don't think he fought a giant worm. I think he fought Brainy. No, he fought Lord Zed or Brainiac.
Yeah, but there was also a giant worm monster in there.
Okay, I forgot. It's been a while.
It is a Power Ranger comic. All the original monsters they make for those series are pretty generic.
Yeah, I read the first volume, and they're all kind of big, gray, monstrous lumps.
Yeah, I'm starting to appreciate the majesty of Pumpkin Rapper way more now. And Mr. Tickle Sneezer, who we agreed, Andres, will never talk about or explain to Brayton at all.
Who?
Mr. Tickle Sneezer.
Ooh.
Exactly. So
okay.
We got somebody in here. It's Juggler's Juggler. Ate something. No, howdy. He says
Jugglers, Juggler, McJuggle, Juggle Vein, Jiggle.
Getting jiggy with it. From now on, your new
Juggler.
name is Getting Jiggy with it. So we're not going to honor your original name. So.
Well, I'm Jughead.
Yeah.
Jingle Jing.
Jingle jangle.
Jangle Jang.
Yeah.
I am old Kris Kringle. I'm the king of jingling.
Okay.
I was thinking like I know where that came from a song, but what the hell was that song from? What was that song?
What song?
The one you just sang.
That's Rudolph.
Okay.
Yeah, when he goes to meet baby Rudolph, he's like, doesn't he fly? Oh wait, no, the reindeer flies around because he's got a magical.
Wait,
it's complicated.
Who's singing that song? Rudolph's dad?
Santa.
Oh.
No, Santa comes
right,
to visit
right.
baby Rudolph in the cave.
Yeah.
Right.
Santa's a fucking bitch, and I know it's been well covered in that movie, but he's just an asshole to the nth degree.
Yeah. And and who voices him in that movie? I know it's not Mickey Rooney.
I don't know. I love that movie a lot. That's my premier Christmas movie. But it's every time I watch it, I'm just reminded of just how awful of a person or an elf he is.
Or everybody in that damn movie.
I hope you're ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, you ought to be ashamed.
A dentist? Why do you want to be a dentist, you freak?
Oh no, that's the best character. That's the head elf.
Wait. Well, I don't know. Either he's the best character or Yukon Cornelius is.
Oh yeah, you could play.
No.
Yukon Cornelius, is that racist towards Canadians, Brayton?
I'm telling you, you could voice Yukon. Andres could be Rudolph. I'll be Hermie.
I'll take that as a no. Can we get you like in the Wienerville outfit where your body's a puppet?
Ugh.
Even you know that.
I don't think anyone would want to see that.
Right. So we got 4 people watching. So
us and Juggle Man, Jughead,
Juggle Man, Jugless, Juggle, Jug Man.
Juggle.
Oh, Stan Francis was the voice of Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And the lion, apparently.
Oh yeah.
That's. I keep.
King Moon Racer.
Yeah, I keep forgetting the Misfit toys are in there.
Oh, ever heard of a Charlie in the ball? What's wrong with the doll? Did they ever explain what's wrong with her?
Yeah, instead of saying "mommy," she says, "How do you do?"
Oh yeah, that's right. But okay, yeah, that's a
Poor
stretch.
thing, that poor little thing.
I know, gifted with speech.
The one that got the shit end of the stick was the owl. It's like, I'm an owl, can't fly, I swim.
And they toss him out of the sleigh at the end.
Toss him out of you know what? Do you know what the story behind that was?
Go ahead.
They forgot. I can't believe we're talking about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on the first day of Halloween.
Well, it's tradition. There's Jack Skeleton
hey,
trying to shove his Christmas tree down our throat.
Hey, do you know what's more scary? You know what's more? I know how to tie this into Halloween. You know what's more scary than ghouls and ghosts?
Thanks.
Capitalism. So what happened was, in the original cut of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, they totally abandoned the subplot with the Island of Misfits.
Oh, that's right. I know what you're getting at. Yeah.
I've never heard of this, so please explain.
Okay, the original version cut of the movie, they did not go back and rescue the toys from the Island of Misfit Toys. So during test audience screenings, everyone complained that they felt so bad about the toys and hated how they were completely forgotten about by the end of the movie. So the animators went back and added that sequence where Rudolph, Santa, and everyone else rescued the toys and gave them new homes. Except by that point, whatever team animated the sequence of the elf tossing the fish owl in the fish bird down to hell. They must have totally forgotten the fact that he can't fly.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness
you can find the original airing on YouTube.
Yeah, thank goodness that it was just a simple continuity mistake and not like a behind the scenes dark joke. It's like, fuck this owl, it's gonna die.
It's like this abomination deserves to die.
Mm-hmm.
Whee!
Yeah, that movie's had like that, and the Charlie Brown Christmas special have had like on subsequent airings like on TV and whatnot. They're like there's numerous there's small individual changes, so it's not like they've been Ridley Scott Blade Runnered like with each cut. But like there are tons of edits like to each individual thing like upon re-airings on television or like release on DVD. Just like simple editing stuff. And with Rudolph, there's that whole the song where him and Hermie meet up for the first time, and they sing that we're a couple of misfits. Originally, that was a song called "Fame and Fortune," which they completely cut out of the official release years later, and it's not on any current airings of it.
I didn't know why Rudolph came back and saved me and the rest of the misfit toys.
Maybe in that moment, wanted his paycheck more than he could. Oh wait, no, that's me talking.
I just remembered one of the toys, misfit toys, was like a gun that doesn't shoot water. It shot
jelly.
Jelly, yeah. But it's like red jelly, so it's like you're essentially squirting them, and they look like they're bleeding.
That sounds like the best toy ever, actually.
Also, it's like a realistic-looking gun.
Yeah, it's just a gun with a face.
Yes. Hi, I'm Glocky.
Hold me to your cranium and wonder why the world can't be better.
I make your problems go away.
Right, it's like, oh, there's jelly all over my head. You're the worst device ever for committing you-know-what. Aside.
Why don't I fit in?
But yeah, I don't know. I'm in the weird camp of...
I'm sorry. I just got the image of Glocky being like in the middle of a paintball fight, and then it's like guys, stop this paintball fight. Who fucking brought the jelly gun? Oh dear. All right, I'm sorry. Continue.
Can his name officially be Glocky now? Can we call him that?
Sure, that sounds about right.
Yeah, because I love those Rankin-Bass specials. They're like around Christmas. They're like essential. But I don't know. I'm in the weird camp because it's nostalgia for me because I've been watching that since I was a kid. Because even given the apparent circumstances, I've always loved Christmas. And yeah, that movie is. I know it's the most well-marketed holiday.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Yeah, just ask Hanukkah Harry about how he's been fucked over by capitalist Christian greed.
I brought you socks.
And if you don't like that, get out and work for a living. But
I got you a dreidel.
It'll be fun for approximately 3 seconds.
Jeez, thank you, Hanukkah Harry. I like how Hanukkah Harry is just happy throughout the whole sketch when everyone else is disappointed. So, he's a good-natured person.
Yeah, not many Hanukkah movies out there that are worth watching.
And the ones we do
unless you want to count the entire filmography of Adam Sandler as a Hanukkah Hanukkah series.
That's what I was going to say. Every movie about Hanukkah are pretty obnoxious because you have 8 Crazy Nights. I know I know it has its fans, but those are like nostalgia babies. Will lick up anything. And then, of course, there's the Wienerville Hanukkah special, which is just nonsense.
What about the Rugrats Hanukkah special?
That one's okay.
It was about, like, wasn't it? Well, wait, was it more? Yeah, it was Hanukkah. I was thinking Passover, but that was that was the Moses retelling, but that was another special they did.
Yeah.
I've never seen those.
Oh.
That's pretty interesting.
Maybe we should do it for our Hanukkah live watch.
Oh, yeah, that'll be the Hanukkah live stream watch. 8 days of Rugrat marathon.
Yeah, because sadly I can't think of any Jewish giant monster movies. So, Daimajin, does that count?
I don't know, the Golem? You want to watch the Golem for...
Ooh, let's watch the one Golem movie that's kind of good. It with Roddy McDowell. I hate my job. It's basically Conga with a giant stone statue.
Oh. Okay.
In other words, it's not that good.
Oh.
Right, but no, jokes aside, what were you going to say about Hanukkah specials?
No, I was talking about Rudolph originally.
Oh, yeah. The Rankin-Bass specials.
The Rankin-Bass specials. Rudolph has always been my favorite because that's the one I always watch around the holidays, and I've had nostalgia for since I was a kid because my mom taped it off TV. And it had like a bunch of Christmas commercials with like, "Hey, look at how happy these families are celebrating Christmas." And I just press my palm to the TV and be like, "I want to be with you."
I want to be where those Christians are.
Yeah, and it had like the classic like, you ever see that Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup Christmas commercial that they replay every year with the dead-eyed creepy boy who melts?
Or, the snowman. It was the snowman that.
Oh yeah, he melts into the boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I always loved that one. But I love those specials, and I recognize that they got much better animated and just more well polished later on.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the later specials like was it Rudolph's Baby Shining New Year, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
One.
Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
Yeah, was that the one with Eon the Terrible?
Yeah, like one of the lamest Rankin-Bass villains ever.
Just a big buzzard.
Yeah, well, it's like, okay, the idea alone is cool, but the way he's defeated is pretty pathetic. I'm glad he
laughs a lot.
I know, but it doesn't really save him from his predicament, and I hope he made it out okay, because no one deserves to die on New Year's.
It's the baby's ears that cause him to laugh, right? Like everybody else is making fun of the kid.
Exactly. It's a weird. It's funny.
Didn't the groundhog beaver or whatever like narrate that one?
I think not. No. I think they gave the groundhog his own. Yeah, he did narrate that, so they had to throw in a Groundhog's Day. There was
much less cool than that. And who voiced him? Wasn't that there was they always get famous like actors to voice the narrator in those things. What was it? Burl Ives did the Snowman, Sam the Snowman. And Santa Claus is Coming to Town. They got dancer Fred Astaire. And they got some famous actor for that one. Was it Buddy Hackett? I don't think so. I can't imagine.
Probably.
And they got Jimmy Durante to do Frosty the Snowman.
Oh yeah. Frosty the Snowman. He was a happy freaking man. That was my terrible Jimmy Durante impression.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
No, yeah.
Hi there, Buster Keaton. Can I ruin your career?
Sorry. And they had Mickey, and from that point on, though, minus the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, they had Mickey Rooney voice Santa in all the specials, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty.
I just realized they made a Little Drummer Boy 2 in 1976.
A sequel?
God!
A sequel?
They made a sequel in '76. I'm like, what the hell?
Okay, I think the worst of the
Little Drummer Boy drums again. He meets the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, it's like he takes a shotgun to Keen Harold's face. That's for the babies.
You've rump-bummed your last bump-bum-bum, Little Drummer Boy.
No, don't. That was my
Little Drummer Boy 2, the encore.
I think the worst Rankin-Bass special of them all, though, would have to be like the Leprechaun's Christmas or something like that, which was supposed to combine St. Patrick Day with
the Leprechaun's Christmas Gold from '81.
Yeah, I think that's the worst one out of them all. It looks great production-wise, but the story is just lame beyond comparison. And it's I think in a close second would be Rudolph's Christmas in July or whatever the hell that.
Frosty, Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July.
Yeah, which is it's cool that they had a crossover movie with all these different characters from the specials, but it's still kind of a slog to watch. It's just kind of like nothing happens other than a couple of musical numbers.
Yeah.
So,
did any of you watch the Life and Adventures of Santa Claus?
That was pretty good, actually. Are you talking about the Rankin-Bass special?
Yeah, well, aren't we all talking about Rankin-Bass?
That's what we're talking about.
Okay, I thought you were actually talking about the time you were the biographer for Santa Claus, who looked a lot like Tim Allen for some weird reason.
I told you about the life and times of Saint Nicholas the Wise.
No!
It's a little stop motion Draco Azul on his little banjo.
Oh my god, I would love to see that.
I think I could do that. Like, yeah, send me some money for some Crayola clay, and I can do that. I'll do you in a pose where you're like hopping.
His arm falls off mid song. Well, shit.
I thought I got that fixed.
Oh,
I didn't like that.
And then a giant hand comes. Time to take you back to the studio. No. All right.
Elf is a great movie, and I do like that they included the little stop motion creatures in his in the North Pole in that movie.
Yeah. I am curious to know how that stop motion Elf special turned out. I hear it's essentially just a straight up remake of the movie, but in stop motion. But I'm curious to see how it turned, how they did it. I hear it's not as good as the movie, but looks interesting.
It's a shame that there's no real Christmas specials on television anymore.
Well, that's because nobody watches television anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like even the studios and the companies don't even air them anymore. Like, was a miracle to even see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer last year when it aired at 2 a.m. on the Family Channel or whatever.
But don't you want to watch A Christmas Story 24 hours a day?
One time's enough. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what is it? I wish I had my own television network so I could do like the ultimate Christmas marathon of just every special and movie we can get our hands on.
Yeah, I always loved Christmas. Like, I love Christmas movies. I just love the capitalist chintziness of them all. And I really get a kick out of Christmas specials, like TV shows with, we're just going to set aside one show where we all get, wasn't the Golden Girls Christmas special like they're in the middle of a robbery or something?
Yes.
I don't know. Like a guy dresses as Santa Claus and robs a bank while they're there, and they have to teach them the true meaning of Christmas.
I don't know the full plot, but I know Pushing Up Daisies did an episode on that, I believe.
Yeah, I love these things, and yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame because TV is so antiquated to the young kids these days.
I know.
They don't put the effort into doing them anymore. I don't watch SpongeBob anymore because I'm not 12. But I know that they did like one really impressive stop motion Christmas special.
Yeah.
And all their Christmas specials that I watched when I was into that were done pretty well. So I like them. They should do more. We should do more.
Yeah, it's like, thank goodness Mystery Science Theater had 2 good Christmas specials out of 3. So
yeah. Well, Christmas specials seem like I don't want to say that they're easy to write, but they seem like there's a lot more. I don't know. So when you have that sort of structure of a holiday special sort of thing, you don't have to think of a wholly original idea to the point where you kind of have a jumping off point. So it's kind of hard to fail with some of them. But then again, there was a very Brady Christmas, which was their reunion, which was less said about that, the better.
That wasn't related to their terrible. Oh no. Okay, that was a TV movie from the 80s. I was thinking of that terrible variety show they had.
Oh no, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
I just shared an image on Skype right now of the Elf stop motion special.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, I've seen images from it.
I don't know. It's.
They got Sheldon to do the voice of Buddy. Mark Hamill to do the voice of his father. And they got Ed Asner back from the movie to reprise his role as Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice then.
Yeah. I don't know. The character designs aren't very good, so.
Yeah, I think the girlfriend looks attractive.
I didn't want to say it,
Bert.
I didn't want to say it, Andres. Thanks for nothing. The girls look okay, though. I don't know about the dude.
Raph, did you ever break into the women's locker room and start singing "It's Cold Outside" when girls in the shower?
No, that was everybody else who accused me of doing that. Okay, the normies, the normal people.
That's
Don't
the one,
project your pervertedness on me.
That's a great. May I speak?
Yeah, you can. I stopped seconds ago.
Well, I wasn't sure
because
if you were going to jump in again.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That's very rude of me to do that, Brayton. You are a very respected friend.
Well, okay.
I would
Anyway,
never interrupt
did
you
you ever have
whatsoever. Keep going.
I love that movie a lot, but that's the one scene that's always a little suspect.
What's
pretty sus?
Yeah, pretty sus.
As kids say.
Oh, what scene?
Will Ferrell's pretty sus. Where he breaks into the girl that he fancies. Then when she's showering and he's like, "Oh, Benny, it's cold out there." And I'm like, this is not how life works. Don't do this.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the North Pole had boys and girls rooms, buddy.
Yeah, you'd think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. If that is a movie that doesn't age too well, it's like.
I think the rest of it ages fine. I love that movie.
In its own right, it's charming, but there's definitely some elements where give it 2 more years from now, and it's like top 10 things about Elf that wouldn't fly today in movies. Number 1, the cocaine subplot. Stuff like that. So.
And I'm not even like, because I know what is it. I don't want to sound like some Bill O'Reilly being like Christmas is under attack. But like a few years ago, there was a big hubbub about the song "Baby It's Cold Outside," which I don't have a problem with that at all. But I just think the way about that he goes about that, you'd think it's cute that he's playing the dumb character or whatever. Like, human life is new to me. But yeah, like you said, Andres, you'd think they'd have the girl and boy divisions in the North Pole that he would know not to cross certain boundaries.
Yeah, although to be fair, he was a gigantic freak among the elves, so maybe
Will Ferrell, yes.
He probably had to go. You had his own bathroom.
Yeah, so he probably has no idea how any public restroom / shower would work. So.
Or you as attorney now, Raph?
No,
the attorney for mystical creatures.
Your Honor, my client is a dumbass.
And he was raised by elves. Case dismissed.
And Bob Newhart.
He doesn't know any better. He was raised by Ed Asner.
Right. Wait, no, Bob Newhart raised him, right?
Well, Bob Newhart and Ed Asner. Oh, he was raised by Bob Newhart and Ed Asner. So yeah, he's turned out the suspected way, and he's come back to New York to be fathered by James Caan. So he's all kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Poor Buddy the Elf.
Oh my goodness. I do need to watch that movie again just to see
Andy
the
Richter's
whole
in that movie. I always forget that, but he's
God.
I'm surprised that he's there.
Was the poor guy wasted again? I love Andy Richter, but everything he shows up in.
No, he has funny things to do. He's James Caan's assistant, the father's assistant.
Okay. So he
was like, we got an idea about a singing tomato or whatever.
I know. It's just a lot of Hollywood movies don't know what to do with Andy Richter. And of course Andy Richter has an unfortunate history of like all these failed television shows he starred in before.
Didn't he have his own sitcom? Isn't that a thing where like every popular comedian
he had four of them.
Wow. Yeah, every popular comedian has to have a failed sitcom under their belt. I feel like that's
or a failed talk show in the case of Chevy Chase.
Oh my God, yeah. That's as awkward. That's that part where Goldie Hawn is singing a Chevy Chase, and the pilot is as awkward as Buddy the Elf singing "Baby It's Cold Outside." They're very similar. That movie would have been very different with Chevy Chase playing Buddy the Elf.
Yeah.
Get modern day Chevy Chase to remake that movie.
Okay.
The old bitter Chevy Chase.
Oh, with that said, should we get off the damn topic of Christmas?
Wait. I'm trying to look. There was this really funny joke that someone made that I'm trying to see if I got a screenshot on my phone, but it was something along the lines of someone jokingly made a post saying that I'm a parent in an average Christmas special, and I have totally I don't believe in Santa Claus, despite the fact that their presents mysteriously pop up under the tree, which means that someone must have broken into my house, and I'm totally A-okay with that.
And you yell at me for my logic finding an elf, Brayton.
Still, it's something that I always thought was very curious about, how in all these movies where parents don't believe in Santa Claus, how do you explain and in a universe where Santa Claus does exist and does deliver presents, how are the parents supposed to explain the fact that these presents keep magically appearing under the tree despite them not getting these presents or putting those presents there in the first place?
That same thought crossed my head last night when I was watching a review of Santa Claus 3. And it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Unless, of course, the parents are so damned ashamed that they never bought Christmas presents, and they just admit to them, they just lie to the kids, oh yeah, we bought these. It wasn't Santa Claus.
It's like that one meme where it's like, you made this? Yeah, I made this.
Yeah.
You gave this to little Timmy? Yeah, of course. I gave this to Timmy.
Oh, God. But yeah, that is a giant leap of unfortunate logic. Christmas is weird.
Santa Claus and Jack Frost doing battle though in Santa Claus 3. That's legit.
And then with like Jack Frost transforming into
Santa Claus.
No, not only Santa Claus, but at the end when he's redeemed and he turns into a more human-looking
Martin Short.
Yeah, and it's just Clifford 40 years later.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we have Maboose cast in the live chat. So, what did Jughead say? That you never read his comment? We're terrible at reading comments. That's why Andres is pretty good at when we do the live watches.
You're terrible at reading comments.
I said that.
You said we. It's just you.
You never read nothing.
So I can't read.
Right. Oh yeah. What does this letter say?
Oh yeah, Raph and I were discussing earlier in the night the hellhole that it would be if life was literally a silent film, where if you were to talk to somebody in conversation, a title card would appear and envelop your eyes and sight, where you'd have to read after they finished mouthing their words.
Yeah, and you could get away with so many crimes while the world goes black. It's like you're having a conversation with somebody you hate. You say a long poem, you stab them, and when it's cleared, it's like, who stabbed my friend?
Yeah, or what if someone's just like, it takes them a long time to read? Or what if it's like an illiterate person that can't read?
Oh my goodness.
Horrible.
And Andres is like, what the hell are you doing?
Not to mention that everything's in black and white and the frame per second is off.
Yeah, and I'm a vampire.
I found the meme. Hello, I'm an adult in a Christmas movie. I don't believe in Santa, but have also never bought my children even one of the presents they receive every year. They just appear, and I am fine with this reality. This is neither confusing nor horrifying.
If you can share that, I'll try to share it with the audience.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that sounds like a meme worth sharing.
Hey, Raph.
What?
Christmas with the Cranks or Jingle All the Way? What are you choosing? If you have one Christmas movie to take on a desert
Jingle All
island.
the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Yeah, I would go with Jingle All the Way. At least that's...
You don't want to see Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis be depressed elderly people trying to get away from their horrific, monstrous neighbors?
Yeah, well, if I'm going to watch like a bitter Christmas movie, I'd rather watch Jingle All the Way because it's a battle between Sinbad and the Terminator.
Literal good and evil. Sinbad and the Terminator.
Who's evil, right, in this situation?
Not
Terminator.
I. So...
I like to see Sinbad randomly choke out white women while standing in line for a doll, in the sake of comedy.
Oh, he does do that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a psychopath. They're all crazy.
Yeah, and he gets off easy at the end. He doesn't he get a holy crap?
Well, no, he does. He gets. Does he? I know that he crashes the parade, and he gets carted off by police. But the little dumbass Anakin gives him the doll, and he's like, "Oh, my kid's gonna love this." But do they cart him off to jail still after that?
Yes.
I think,
Okay.
Yeah. And he was a supervillain too. What the hell?
Wait, that's the best movie ever.
I just remember the weirdest part about that movie was when in costume he shoots out his hand.
Yeah.
So does that mean he cut off his own hand and had it replaced with a workable rocket punch hand?
He committed
that way. And
Also, why is there a functioning jetpack on a parade costume?
okay, yeah. If I'm gonna watch a stupid Christmas movie, I'll take Jingle All the Way. So it's like, yeah, because the other one is really depressing. It's really, yeah, you're right. Horrible, monstrous neighbors, peer pressure, and unrealistic things that would only happen in a suburban sitcom, but not in real life. Because if they made a roadway of all those Christmas lights leading to the house, they would have been arrested, fined, and reported by their neighbors, even if there was their neighbors who forced them into it. So yeah, Christmas with the and wasn't that written by like a guy who writes thrillers and novels?
I don't remember, but I know that Dan Aykroyd is more terrifying than ever in that movie, as he clings to her car window as she tries to drive out of her own garage.
Uh-huh.
It's terrifying. And what isn't it? There's that guy who wants to sell Tim Allen an umbrella, who turns out to be Santa Claus.
I thought it was a Christmas tree.
No, it's an umbrella because he runs into the one place to get something and it's raining out and he's standing outside. You should really buy an umbrella.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And he prevents the robbery at their home at the end and then drives away in his car guided by reindeer.
Oh, and that creepy looking snowman comes to life at the very end too. Yeah.
No. Its eyes just glow. Its eyes just lit up in fire only because there's a fire going on in the background.
You're thinking of the heartwarming family Christmas tale Jack Frost.
No. The very last, literally the last second of that stupid Christmas of the Crank movie, has that little snowman flying into the air and passing the camera saying "Merry Christmas." And I guess it was supposed to end on a sight gag, but it's just considering everything we've seen, it's like it's to me it's the whimsical
fantasy elements.
It's the whimsical equivalent of a giant FU finger, middle finger to the audience, and no refunds.
Well, since we've been babbling about Christmas, maybe it's time we can switch to since it's coming up. We've just hit the first spooky day of the spookiest month. We could talk about No. We could talk about, this would be an interesting topic, we could talk about the Halloween equivalents to some Christmas special classics, such as, Halloween is Grinch Night for the Grinch.
I've never seen that, unfortunately.
It's trippy.
Yeah, it is trippy. Like what is it? If we do end up doing a Halloween live watch, I think we should watch one movie and maybe a short feature before it. And I think that would be a pretty good special to start off with, because it was either that or one of the Power Ranger Halloween specials. And Brayton was like, in his exact words, but I'm paraphrasing, no, 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 no,
No, his exact words were,
no, no, no. I'm Brayton, yeah. Unlimited Brayton powers.
Why am I Jack Hodgson? Why always am I Jack Hodgson?
Because you want me, baby.
Anyway, no.
You want me, baby.
Halloween is Grinch Night is pretty fantastic, and Hans Conried he's always wonderful, but he's
shit.
I love Boris Karloff's Grinch. Not crazy about Jim Carrey's Grinch, but Hans Conried
What are you talking about, man?
Sorry, it's just Jim Carrey. I can't. There's like a I don't know. I think I have like a spectrum or a degree of how much Jim Carrey I can take at a given time, and sometimes it's just
Batman's the Riddler. Did that soil your thoughts on Jim Carrey?
I think that's like my earliest memory of him.
Thoughts of Jim Carrey.
That's my earliest memory of that guy, and ever since then, it's kind of been an uphill battle with him and me. But no, Halloween is Grinch Night. Hans Conried is fantastic as the Grinch.
Yeah.
And I guess it is a prequel, right? Because he's still an asshole in that special.
Yeah.
Raph?
Yeah, no, it is.
You being the only other one who's seen this?
Yes, it is technically a prequel, because that's how the makers of the special justified why is the Grinch a dickweed again. So, although at the same time, it probably takes place in its own little continuity, because it wasn't based on a book. It's its own original special, with Dr. Seuss having limited say-so on it. But I totally forgot Hans Conried is in it, and Hans Conried is like one of my favorite comedian/character actors.
Yeah. And he's terrifying at the end where he's carting off his cart of paraphernalia, I believe is the term for it. And then he's like, I will be back next year, and does like a maniacal laugh, and there's this booming music, and I'm like, wow, that's a way to end a special.
I do know there's one, back when the Sonic movie trailer first came out, there was this one meme I thought was really hilarious.
Okay, I'm not posting this. This is terrifying.
Oh my god.
Oh, sir, I like you much better with my glasses off. You put your glasses back on and face the fact. I love that. Yeah,
midway or towards the end of that movie, they have a very it puts the pink elephants to shame. It really does with just weirdness.
I also hate to admit, I think the special kind of like, before I knew what Godzilla was, when I saw that ending climax, it's like, why do I have a stirring of feeling inside me? A giant what? Monster? But yeah, no, that would be a good one to watch with the live watch.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's a wonderful like equivalent to the Christmas alternative. We talked about last year our very special Mexican Santa Claus movie. Doesn't really have a direct Halloween equivalent, but Raph and I did find Little Red Riding Hood and the Monsters, which is stars the guy who played Santa Claus as an ogre who gets thrown into prison by an evil witch, and he gets thrown in there along with the Big Bad Wolf from Little Red Riding Hood fame. And they have to defeat a bunch of monsters like Dracula and what is it? The two-headed guy named 2-in-1.
Right, the guy who
Frankenstein.
Like it's a mix between public domain monsters and completely made-up bullshit. Like the king, like
Conehead.
The king of winds, who's just a fat guy who can breathe typhoons.
Yeah,
and it's like my favorite, the child catcher, who looks just like Dirty McCruption.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Who literally runs around the evil forest catching children in a butterfly net and sticking them in a sack.
Right.
And then the kids escape the sack, though, and string him up for a lynching, beating him with clubs until Little Red Riding Hood tells him maybe we shouldn't murder this man.
Yeah, it's... Like what
but
was?
it's a fitting comparative piece, though, I would say.
Yeah, it's like, oh god, we can't really do that for a live watch though because of the
Well,
weird
no, because that
copyright
one's
problems, huh?
yeah, that's weird about some Mexican movies, like from especially old Mexican movies, is they're tied up with Mexican broadcasting companies, like radio broadcasting companies.
Yeah.
So unfortunately not, but it's a weird one.
It's a weirdie.
It is a weirdie, but yeah, I think having Halloween and Christmas specials kind of go. They're two sides of the same coin. They kind of go hand in hand.
Well, with that says, me and Brayton,
Mad Monster Party.
Yeah, that was like the only Halloween thing Rankin-Bass ever did, but at least
Yeah.
And that was before Rudolph, wasn't it?
No, that was like in the 60s.
Okay.
Oh, well, no, I guess that would be around the same. Yeah, Rudolph was 1964. That may have been around the same time then.
Okay.
Maybe like a year later.
Yeah, no, I think Mad Monster Party was 64 too. Because I know.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, 1964 was a really good year for colorful fantasy movies.
Well, there you go. Yeah,
So-
that's Mad Monster. That's another one I have a lot of nostalgia for, and that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got a weird ending, but it's definitely
wait a minute.
Halloweenish.
Okay, I have to take that back. Mad Monster Party was in 1967.
Oh, okay. So also a couple of years after. Well, it's still early Rankin-Bass
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. 1967 was also a good year for colorful fantasy movies.
I just like that it's literally just Phyllis Diller in the movie. Yeah, Boris Karloff, Phyllis Diller. Are those the only celebrity? They have a Peter Lorre impersonator.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is it's Boris Karloff, Phyllis Diller, one female actress, and every other voice is done by one guy. And hold on, I got the Wikipedia page, so I'll read you the cast. Boris Karloff as Baron Boris von Frankenstein. Alan Swift as Felix Franken. Swift also provided the voices of Count Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the werewolf, the hunchback, the invisible man, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and It, as well as countless other supporting characters, Yitch, the skeletons, Chief Mafia Machiavelli, the cook, Mr. Cronkite, the freighter captain, the first mate, and the mailman. Gail Garnett was Francesca. Yes, the redheaded gynoid. And she did a lot of voice work on radio. Phyllis Diller as the monster's mate. And, we actually have somebody. Ethel Ennis. I'm probably getting the poor girl's name wrong. She was the title song singer. So, yeah, it's like only 5 people did all the voices in that one movie.
Wow, that reminds us of something.
The Glue podcast coming this month.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we could do it. We could easily do a Rankin-Bass special then by ourselves. Come on, with all of our talent.
Just a bunch of finger puppets right in front of the camera. Ah!
Yeah, me, you, Andres doing goofy voices for everybody.
We're just recording one line in front of the other.
Who was that? What's that? Who voiced the Winter Warlock?
Keenan Wynn.
Keenan Wynn. That's right.
Keenan. I love Keenan Wynn. He's like one of my favorite actors, and it's funny too because I wanted to honor Keenan Wynn in the upcoming Halloween title card I'm working on for Andres' live stream. But Andres is like, "Who the fuck is Alonzo Hawk?" who is a recurring villain that Keenan Wynn played throughout the various Disney movies, who is like this greedy tycoon capitalist. And he's a common enemy of the absent-minded professor, Herbie the Love Bug. And technically his character was renamed at the last minute for the computer that wore tennis shoes. But yeah, Alonzo Hawk is like a recurring character in like the old Disney media. And there's even a couple of characters directly based on Alonzo Hawk. So... But yeah, it was like, see, you're as enthusiastic as Andres. It's like, can I put a Keenan Wynn reference in there? No! No! That's more Andres.
Okay. I also grew up with it was like a straight to video special thing called I think it's like Mickey's House of Villains or something.
Yes, I remember that.
I never saw that one.
Like all the Disney villains take over Mickey's like nightclub, and they run it for a night.
Mickey owning a nightclub. It sounds so weird to say that these days.
Yeah, it's odd. It's odd relaying this story, but basically that's just like an excuse for them to show old Disney Halloween shorts. There's the famous one of them being the original Ghostbusters with Mickey, Goofy, and Donald. There's the one that I always remember because have a terrible fear of primates, where Donald Duck and his 3 nephews, there's like a gorilla on the loose, and they play a prank on him, dress up as a gorilla, and then the real one shows up, and shenanigans ensue. Yeah, there's a lot of great like shorts in that one, and yeah, there's just a lot of great Halloween stuff, Halloween specials. Paul Lynn's Halloween special. I mean, my God,
I still need to watch all that.
It's delightful.
Right.
It's delightfully campy, as you'd want. You got the Wicked Witch, Betty White, and Witchy Poo all on screen at the same time.
How do you? Yeah. Also, the unfortunate recurring subplot where Paul Lynn is trying to woo various women.
Yeah.
And he's not fooling anybody.
This is an alternate universe. Billy Barty shows up too as the shin-kicking dwarf.
So, in other words, Billy Barty.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the deleted scene from Mystery Science Theater versus Gamera Round 2, where after you threw the guitar, Billy Barty kicks you off screen. It's like,
yeah.
He's so short.
Well, you couldn't see it under the desk.
Yeah, exactly. I
don't know why. Billy Barty, famous midget. He's in that one. I shouldn't say that, right? Midget's like a derogatory term. Is that non-PC for me to say that?
Say dwarf, yeah.
Dwarf is worse.
Little people.
Yeah. Naturally born short man.
I mean, if you
isn't little people kind of more demeaning though?
Exactly. I mean, apparently that is the official way. That's what they're officially. That is the official. I'm trying my best not to sound offensive.
You're a little person, Andres.
I know I am. Don't you think I hate being reminded every day?
Let's toss them into a party of orcs.
That's how Raph and him became friends. Raph lured him like Hansel and Gretel with his candy house.
I believe little people is like the official label. However, when I think dwarf, I think of like a badass like Gimli from Lord of the Rings. So
yeah.
Like, I am of course not a little person, so I can never understand what it's like to be a little person. So I don't know what the word dwarf would mean. But I would think dwarf would be pretty badass, given the fantasy meanings.
I've listened to the song "Short People." I know what it's all about.
I didn't know the guy who did.
It's like the creator of the quote unquote creator of the not Song of the South, but like the stories that Song of the South is based on a book written by a white man who heard these stories from Africans, from black slaves.
Sure, he did.
And the white writer, he's like, hey, I feel like I'm ostracized from society. You guys feel ostracized too. We can totally relate to each other. I know how you're feeling.
Will we see any royalties from this? No. Okay. Oh my God. So, but yeah, who wrote that song? Short People.
The Randy Newman. Well, okay, Randy Newman. Not Randy Newman. Everybody sees it as like a fucking diss track to all dwarves everywhere, but it's not. It's not. It's a ironic song meant to point out how stupid people having prejudices are. But it's on the surface though. Yeah.
No reason to live.
Yeah, on the surface though, it is kind of funny. But no, I don't. When I say midget, I don't mean to be demeaning to those who are vertically challenged. I just mean, tiny. Billy Barty was a midget. Back me up here, Raph. Am I right? Hello? Am I alone here?
Stand by and stand back.
Listen, Lollipop Guild and Munchkin Land, stand back and stand by.
No, I know what you're saying with the term midget, but yeah, it's a difficult subject to get the right word. And even when you do have the right word, like you said, dwarf sounds demeaning too. Little person sounds demeaning. So there's probably a scientific terminology, but I don't want to.
Circus mutant? I don't know what to say.
Brayton!
What about?
Don't sit in the corner, young man.
What about what Brayton previously said? Vertically challenged.
Yeah, that's non-offensive.
God.
Although now that I think about it, when I think I'm reminded of mentally challenged, and I think even that is no longer okay to say these days.
Damn it,
What do you
Brayton.
say then?
There's another phrase I've heard people use now. It's like what was it? It was like
Special needs? Is that a
not
bad
special
term?
needs. I think it was like alternative thinking or alternative something, alternative minded. Oh, what was it? I'll probably like find it later, way after this. But there was another way where it's like maybe it referred to people with autism, where it's like they're not mentally challenged. They think differently, and there's like a new phrase for that as well for that now.
Before you continue, I should mention that if this live stream is suddenly cut off, you all know why, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
I'm gonna say the word.
I'm gonna say the M word.
Mayonnaise?
Magilla. Gorilla.
Oh no.
Oh no, we've offended cartoons.
Brad certainly has with his cartoons.
I'm gonna say the word Fuda banana.
Oh my god.
Right, we agreed we wouldn't say that out loud, and I'm never gonna explain it either.
I had my fingers crossed.
Okay. Take that, you.
Yep.
That's what Brayton says when he punches me down.
I would never punch you, Raph. I'd get your greasy face meat on my hands.
Damn it, I was drinking.
That's two. Now we just gotta see how we're gonna get Brayton to cough up his milk.
Oh, I know how, but Brayden told me not to do it.
Okay.
No, don't pull out any of your tricks.
Damn.
Your shenanigans. But no, I could never punch Raph. Why? Things haven't degenerated that far.
You know, you would give a very good punch, but I don't think I would feel the full weight of it, and I would forgive you instantly. So.
Well, I've got powerful. I took kickboxing. I've got powerful legs.
Nice. Yeah, you could take me down with your legs. Because
I was a runner. I can do these things.
Yeah, it's like, what is it? I'm not in the best shape, but my calves look amazing. Like I can walk a good 6 miles and not get tired.
If I punch you, it'd be like punching a big fuzzy pork roast or something. I wouldn't want to do it.
Like ever imagine what it'd be?
It's like Rocky punching the meat in the until his fingers bled.
No, it would be like Kermit the Frog taking on Snuffleupagus.
My fingers would shatter, each one individually.
I will take this as a backhanded compliment. I thank you.
I'm insulting both of us, not just you. It's me too.
Yeah, so it's all right. Like, I wouldn't want to get into a physical fight with any of you guys, like, because even if I won, I'd still feel bad about it. So nobody wins. Whoever wins, we all lose. So.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
So that, in other words, our time at G-Fest.
Yeah.
Why am I here? Oh god, it's like, I didn't know how to react.
Stuck inside these four walls.
Oh, I did find something on Facebook that I wanted to share with you guys.
Right. Who wants to read a book on a person's face?
Raph, stop with the grandpa humor.
Okay, go ahead. What are you typing, Andres?
Okay, so do you remember? Have any of you ever seen any of the leaked footage from Gamera 4?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I haven't.
Gamera goes to college? Is that Gamera 4?
Essentially, yes. Okay, so I'm pretty sure all of you know the existence of Gamera 4, and I'll post the link in the chat, in the live chat.
I'll do it. Apparently you can't do it unless it's me.
Okay. So, in the few times that I've been to G-Fest, they would, Mark Jaramillo, who was the guy who was supposedly behind Kaiju Gaiden, but has kind of been AWOL since 2018.
Poor guy.
Yeah, anytime he would share footage of Gamera 4, he would showcase these exact clips every single time, only because these clips were shown on a talk show interview with the director Shinpei Hayashiya. So legally, while he cannot show the movie anywhere outside of those private screenings from way back when, he can showcase the footage that was shown on the talk show. So that was its like legal loophole. So someone, I don't know who, got the raw footage from that talk show and uploaded it to YouTube recently on September 19th of this year.
Oh, better save this before it's gone.
Exactly. I just did it right now after rediscovering the video. So I wanted to know if you guys wanted to watch it together to know. I thought it'd be fun because I always saw Gamera 4 as like the holy grail of like kaiju projects.
No, the holy grail of kaiju projects would be Indiana Baragon and Last Crusade.
Before we watch this is reminding me an awful lot of. Raph, do you want to talk about our scheme that we hatched about the King Kong appears in Edo?
I think you would explain a lot better than I could, but...
Okay.
All right.
Raph and I were thinking of this wonderful criminal scheme we could pull, sort of based off of, what is it? What were we inspired by?
Was it Band Boys?
No, the Lost King Kong film from...
No, we were inspired by something, though, like the Buddha thing. Or we got off on the conversation.
Yeah.
We wanted to have this scheme where we could invite, like, a big showing of film lexicon auteurs or, you know, those kind of hoity-toity Auguste Ragone types to historians, that's the word I was looking for, to a private screening where Raph and I have unearthed the footage of King Kong appears in Edo. And it was going to be a totally done-up sort of event. You know, we'd have a big sign out front that says, Japan's 8th wonder of the world, or whatever the fuck. And you come in the theater, you sit down. We have like special guests there who talk about like how hard it is to archive Japanese silent films, especially.
Yeah. And we play it totally straight. We build the audience.
Oh,
up.
Completely. Yeah. Completely. Until we have their cash, you check in at the door. Give us your money. We give you a ticket to sit down, tell you where to sit. And then it's ready for showtime. We have a brief Q&A panel question maybe before the show, and we promise that there'll be one afterwards. But the gag is. We roll the footage. Do you want to describe what would be
we roll the
shown
footage,
to the audience?
We roll the footage, and it's crappy black and white camcorder footage of me in an unconvincing gorilla suit taken from Batman and Robin.
Twerking in a cardboard city model set. While the entertainer, the doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo music plays. And a little text comes up that says, "That's one bad ape," and then the end. And by this time, Raph and I would have escaped out the back door, driven down the street, and in our rearview mirrors, as we laugh with our bags of money with the $ emblem on the bag.
No. Rather, you guys are like celebrating with a drink on the bar across the street. All of a sudden, people come in saying that they liked it. And
oh my god!
You're like, where did I go? Where did I go right?
Well, it's funny too because we actually briefly thought how fun that would be as like a comedy show / false G-Fest panel. But then we realized a lot of Godzilla fans would completely miss the joke.
I don't get it.
And generally be angry. Yeah. But we were going to do this whole thing where
who would win? Kong Edo Kong or Showa Kong?
Yeah. Like we would have started off as
Skull or Monsterverse Kong.
Yeah. We would have started off as like a serious panel discussion talking about these Lost King Kong movies. Maybe even bring in like John LeMay. And then
yes, I was about to suggest that.
And then halfway when we show the footage, it just devolves into a full comedy sketch. Where it's
wasn't that there was that second idea you had about doing a panel that would turn out horribly, where you wanted to stage a murder mystery.
Yeah, Dirty McCruption.
And lock everybody in the room.
Yeah, no, it's like it starts out normally, then the lights turn off, somebody in the panel dies. Dirty McCruption says, "I brought you all here because one of you was a murderer." And they would just be Clue at G-Fest, basically. So
yeah, just a live reenactment of our last G-Fest videos from the past years.
Yeah, exactly. But oh god. But then we realized a lot of the Godzilla fans wouldn't be that sophisticated.
And it was a stupid idea to begin with, and we quickly dropped.
But I would like to do a live comedy show like that. It's like, what is it? They used to do spook shows back in the 50s. Where you would go see a movie at midnight, and there would be like a live magic show along with the B horror movie you'd watch, and there'd be audience interactions, and it's like like a more insane version of what William Castle was doing.
Yeah, and you see on Matinee with like a nurse standing by in case someone has a heart attack.
Yeah, exactly. But there'll be a magician on the stage introducing the show, doing some gory.
The Crimson
tricks.
Weirdo.
Yeah, and it's like, and at one point maybe a monster will attack the audience, or they'll turn the screen off completely black and have people run in the audience as ghouls or something. I was thinking like that would be fun to do, but do a comedy bent on it, where like everything keeps going wrong with the Crimson Weirdo in charge of it all, and the horror movie you'd be watching on screen would be one of like a very good horror comedy that would complement the live show. But I don't know. It's obviously.
I just thought you twerking in a monkey suit would be pretty highbrow comment. You ever see those clips from what is it, Rich Evans and Mike Stoklasa's gorilla film that they made like 20 years before? Gorilla what'd they call it? Something gorilla, something monkey. They had Rich Evans dressed in a monkey suit and like fuddle around his grandma's house. You ever see that?
Yes.
Am I speaking in tongues?
No, I know what you're talking about. So.
This happened. I've seen the footage. But yeah, just do something like that and share that in front of a live audience of kaiju historians. I think that'll go over well.
Right. But it's like if we did the G-Fest panel, I could imagine when it starts to get comical, John LeMay's like, fuck this noise. He just runs out, and it's just us and as our very
Oh, we lost John LeMay. Now we got to write a book about the lost John LeMay.
And then right there on the screen would show up the book cover with just his face right from the convention.
And our unmade panel.
Right.
Okay. It'll be like half the face is him, the other half is Kong.
Right. So, but no, let's get back to this Gamera 4 before it gets too late.
Oh, okay. Gamera.
I'm at 0-0.
Okay.
My favorite. Hold on, I have to open the link. So this is a fan film, correct?
Yeah,
this is a film made by the guy who would go on to make Reigo, Raiga, and Raiga versus Oga.
Oh joy!
Yeah, it's like, and this actually had a little bit of support from Dai Studios, but because of that, he can't really show it publicly, unfortunately. Yeah.
Right. Outside of this footage that was shown on a talk show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So a lot of these sequences, are out of order because it's just like a montage of clips shown by the talk show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yep.
Okay. So get ready to finally feast your eyes on the long-lost fan film.
Hype it up.
Raph, you're in a turtle suit and you're twerking. Why?
You found me out.
It was me, Brayton. It was me all along.
Me all along, Brayton. All right, I'm here. Let's do it.
Yeah, but seriously, don't hype it up. Just count us down.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, folks!
日本を代表する怪獣映画の一つ、ガメラ。昭和ガメラシリーズに続き、平成になってから新しい3部作が作られ、
Oh, that's precious.
96年公開のガメラ2は、映画としては初めて日本 SF 大賞を受賞するなど、高い評価を受け、子供から大人まで多くのファンを
This is VeggieTales quality, Raph. I'm sorry to break it to you.
ガメラの新作は作られていません。
And remember, Gamera loves
熱
you
烈な
kids.
ガメラ映画ファンである落語家
Gamera's
林家
bigger
新
than
平さん
the
が
boogeyman.
ガメラの新作が待ちき
Well,
れ
that's
ず
a that's
つい
puppet.
に自主
Oh my
制作で
God.
ガメラを完成させました。
Apparently that's a two-man suit. It's like,
Oh, really?
yeah, why the legs are so wide.
Oh Lord, imagine that.
Why do you need two guys in a Gamera suit? Unless they're married.
I'm into it.
Probably because it's a really, really big suit, and it's too heavy for one person.
3の後から始まるということ
3の謎を残したところから
Wow.
私は制作をしたんですけども、
I think it's
これは私の解釈なんで、
Here we go round.
I'm desensitized to it at this point.
これは私個
Here's
人の考え
Inspector
の
Sato.
脚本で書いたんで、
I guess that's military stock
ファンがい
footage.
ればいるだけの
Or
意義はあると思う。
You can tell by the pissed off looks of the army men. Why are you? Hey, a
そう
foreigner.
なんです死んだところから始まる。
ストーリーが始まると。
だから主役が死んでどうなるんだっていう
Shoot the independent
期待
filmmaker.
感みたいのも入れてもらおうと思って、でその後はその生き残ったギャオ
This is a combination of not good but not bad either.
あと、
Well, that looks
地球
good
の
actually.
マナという力でね、蘇るガメラ、新しいガメラ、それとの戦いになるわけですよね。
in other words,
最後はガメ
indie
ラ
filmmaking on a shoestring budget.
Yeah. See, this is what I want to do with
理由があ
BFEDF.
るんですけど ね。
Oh, and this is the part where, like, after the original Gamera dies, a new one of the corpses from Gamera 3 comes to life for whatever reason.
Oh my God! It's not the Gamera we know. It's a Franken Gamera.
出演今ね
出演もしますよ。あと造形。
怪獣を作る
Oh my god.
それからあとはお弁当を買った
Making
り
my
お菓
way
子を買いに行ったり
downtown, smashing stuff.
何でもやってるんですよ。あと衣装もやってますし。
そうすると1人7役か8役ぐらい
そうですね。もう10個ぐらいやってるかもしれないですね。
Huh.
しかしその
You foiled me again,
ね
Gauss.
そこまでその怪獣映画というものをまあ
This is-
お小さい頃からお好きだっ
I
た
gotta give some props to this. This ain't half bad.
It's certainly very ambitious for its budget.
I will take ambitious over whatever the hell the asylum keeps crapping up every week. So,
Right.
yeah.
Where they don't even bother trying.
Oh my God! Sometimes, yeah, it's like they just
Does
hire a
that-
bunch of jerks off the
does that-
street and tell them to do a Suicide Squad ripoff.
And yeah, oh yeah, what was it called? Sinister Squad.
Yeah. Are you okay,
but-
Brayton? Brayton?
Brayton.
We lost Brayton.
Oop.
Oh wait, he's still here.
But if he's here, then who am I?
Andres.
Oh,
you're-
yeah.
You're trying to be all spooky. The murderer is calling from inside the toilet. It's one of the ghoulies.
He's probably the imposter.
Yeah. Oh man, do we have
But yeah, earlier before you mentioned the asylum, and I think it's kind of sad when you think about it how like very unambitious the asylum's products are, given how they most likely have a way bigger budget, relatively speaking, than Shinpei Hayashiya had with Gamera 4.
Yeah, it is. It just sucks what succeeds and what doesn't succeed, and usually the stuff that has some ambitious and love thrown to it gets completely ignored. Meanwhile, Transformers 8 makes $1 billion, even when they say it doesn't make enough money to justify its cost. I don't know. Brayton, where are you? Brayton left. Holy crap. Okay, we must have offended him. Sucks too. I needed to go wash my hands. Because I was scratching my ears.
Yeah, to wash your hands for scratching your ears.
Yeah. You know, earwax.
No.
Wax.
You're earwax. Anyways.
This whole conversation is wax.
You shoot the
Wax
panel.
to the max.
You just shoot the YouTube stream. We're gonna have company. During McCruption, his henchman was like, "Come get him! They're trying to steal the princess."
When is Animaniacs coming to Hulu? I'm looking cautiously forward to that.
What do you guys think? Okay, you guys go and talk about the resurrection of Animaniacs, or as Brayton, share your thoughts of what you just saw with the Gamera while I go get another drink.
What I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about a lot of this stuff.
Okay. I'm stuck in my wires. Hold on.
Oh God.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm good.
Fascinating. So what year was this here? 2000, 2003. Found it here.
Let me
From
check.
BillyBilly.com.
You know what? I think this might. I don't know what's better. What is on a technical level? Which is better, Gamera 4 or Battle Royale?
Oh please, this by a well, I don't know. Again, it's hard to say since we only saw a highlight reel here. But I mean, it looked far more I mean,
Yeah. Oh well, here's the thing. Okay, so I found the date. This was 2003. Battle Royale was from 2014.
Oh well, then this by a long shot. Come on.
Yes. It's kind of weird, kind of sad, kind of weird also when you think about it that a fan film from 2003 looks a lot better than a fan film from roughly 10 years later.
That they spent many years working on too.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah, in Chicago and in wherever Billy lives. No, I think he does live in Chicago.
I
literally,
think that's what I
literally
heard.
filmed out of Billy's garage.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, I know what that's like, but then again, I'm not I think you have to have a certain level of self-awareness if you do these things at any level, especially when your budget is apparent.
Right, like it's kind of like what with Notzilla, where it is super low budget, but they're aware of that and they highlight it. It's like it's that sort of deal where it's like when you're so low budget, you can't afford to take yourself seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Or you gotta kind of almost like I don't want to say right. I don't know if right to your budget is the right sort of thing.
Oh,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
with Notzilla being like low budget, I still think the budget that they do have and what comes across works for that movie and that story they're trying to tell. They're not trying to tell a intergalactic adventure with explosions and all this sort of things that would obviously be beyond their ability to capture. Yeah.
Right. I totally agree with you there. And what was I going to mention afterwards? Yeah. Oh, now I remember. So when I took a writing class in college, that was exactly one of the first things my professor taught us, which was well. Besides that,
give me your money.
Watch this film about an ape. Okay.
He mentioned write either he write for your budget, write with your budget, or like always essentially be budget conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he mentioned like never, if you can't afford to do it, don't do it.
Yeah, there's a difference between being ambitious and just being unrealistic and stupid.
Mm-hmm. I remember I had a chat with a former friend of mine, which I know who you guys are, who you guys are referring to, and he thought that was the stupidest advice ever for filmmaking. And he said that if you want to do something, just try. And I said, how? And he said, just try. And well, he made a film that had a rather ambitious setting that honestly fails to be communicated to the audience. So obviously he tried and he failed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's no well, there's the thing where it's like, you just have to be realistic about what you can and can't do, or embrace the fact that it's not, Industrial Light and Magic quality.
Write with your budget. Write for your budget, not against your budget. Yeah, I think that's what my professor might have said. He might have worded it that way.
Oh God. Yeah. That's good advice. It doesn't hurt to be ambitious, and if you know you can pull it off, even if it's not 100% convincing, pull it off. But at the same time, yeah, there's some times where there's some independent filmmakers who eat off way more than they can chew. And even those who do succeed at doing something on the level of a Hollywood movie, unfortunately, I notice they only give that passion and that money to like fan-made projects, which are very limiting. It's like I watched that documentary about the guy who made the Batman Dead End film, and it's well, okay, first off, he kind of screwed over his own career, but that's a whole different conversation. But
I'd like to know that afterwards.
Huh?
I like to know what happened to him. I like to hear that story afterwards because I was not crazy about Batman Dead End's fan. I wasn't crazy about the whole crossover shtick, but I love from a production standpoint everything about Batman Dead End.
Well, the documentary called "The Man Behind the Mask," which is the most generic title you can get.
He's back, the man behind the mask.
Right.
Did I just make a Jason 6 reference?
Yes, you did. Yeah. So, anyways, in the documentary, it's revealed that after he showed that short film at San Diego Comic-Con, which went over so well, they had multiple showings, and even a room that dedicated just showing it over and over again, like by Sunday. Yeah. Apparently, he got a lot of offers from various Hollywood companies to direct his various movies, but they were not the stuff he wanted to do. In fact, he thought they were beneath him. So he had a lot of missed opportunities. And every time he tried to create a film project of his own, it always ended under a very simple... Like, what is it? He had an idea to do a gladiatorial movie, but in space with aliens. And he was... And he had a major actress who wanted to play the lead character. But she wanted to play the lead character as 100% human, even knowing he designed her to be a green alien girl with a big makeup effects face.
Of course, you can't get away with non-human looking aliens really in Hollywood.
No matter how good the makeup effects job is or how attractive the design is. And because of that,
unless you're Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
but even then.
Yeah, even then, it's like all the aliens we're supposed to relate with are pink skin or green skin, while the turtle face lady stuck in that poor tube nobody ever talks about. Anyways, sorry, I fell in love with a minor alien. Anyways, what's weird?
The fuck else is new?
But it didn't. Anyways, so because of that, she walked off on the project. It never got made. He ended up making a really good independent science fiction film called Hunter Prey, or I think it's what it's called, which actually got a lot of really good reviews, but it's never gotten a mainstream release here in America. In fact, you have to import DVDs from Germany or Japan just to see it. And and he's still struggling to get movies done. But yeah, I think he was a talent who was not only way too ambitious, but unwilling to work with other people. And not only that, but he kind of also sullied his own reputation on San Diego Comic-Con on Saturday night when they asked him to come on stage. And this was another re-showing of his short film. And he basically said something to the effect that's like, fucking Hollywood won't let you see this, but I fucking made it. And that apparently got a lot of people upset and kind of killed his career just as it was starting. So it really was like a self-piloted train wreck, so to speak.
Wow.
So
yeah, when it comes to like working in Hollywood or just working with anybody in general, there definitely comes with a lot of creative compromises when working with other people. You can't have everything you want unless you're someone like Tarantino. But even then, people like Tarantino or Spielberg, whoever, they had to do a lot of compromises. I'm sure early on. Until they manage to build a reputation to where they're given carte blanche to do whatever they want. You can't have that level of power like right from the get-go, like this guy thought he was able to do.
Yeah, and what's even sadder is, when you're starting in the business, you should always do jobs that are given to you. Start out small. But it's also an iffy two-edged sword, because if you succeed on a small budget, then fantastic. You get the opportunity to make the movies you want, or you get better jobs later. But if you make a movie that doesn't succeed, or you say the wrong thing at the wrong time, even if it's a minor problem you committed, you'll instantly be blacklisted by somebody higher up in the studios. It's like, what is it? The old story. It's like, it's okay. This isn't a real story, but it's kind of like an example that some friends in the business told me. It's like, okay, so there's this director working on a major movie, talking to the producer. They get along for 6 months, but then the director says, I'm not a big fan of Elvis Presley. The producer, who is a big fan of Elvis Presley, fires him and blacklists him, and the director dies in a ditch while he gets replaced by somebody else. And it's, in fact, a better example of that would be what happened to poor Roger Corman. He was actually given an opportunity to direct a big-budget Western movie, but because he was so good at balancing the budget and not going overboard, that it pissed off the producers, thinking that he was making another low-budget movie. And it's a shame, too, because if you watch a lot of Roger Corman's films from the 60s, especially the Edgar Allan Poe ones, he did movies on the cheap, but they still looked great. They still were well done.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Well, what was it? Like the people that worked under him was James Cameron, and James Cameron made Aliens, and Aliens is shockingly low budget for a movie of that caliber.
Yes, exactly. And I'm trying to find the name of the movie in question, but yeah, he was working on this big budget Western, but he was keeping the production costs low while still being very effective with them. But the people who own the studio, they just thought he was making a cheapie without ever seeing his previous work and seeing what he can do on a low budget or a better budget, and they just fired him halfway. Got another director who went over budget, and the movie came and went with little fanfare, unfortunately. So yeah, it sucks.
Okay, so I'm looking at the budget for Aliens, which was $18 million, and that's in 1986 money. So in 2020, that's about roughly $43 million. So $43 million for a movie that looks like that in a climate today where we have 100, 150, $200 million big budgeted tentpole films. So $42 million in today's money is quite an achievement to get those levels of effects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the movie that I was talking about with Roger Corman, it was called The Long Ride Home. But apparently, apparently he got kicked off of that movie, and then it was, he was signed in by Columbia to make it, but apparently he got kicked off of it halfway because they didn't like the way he was saving the money. So.
I see.
Yeah.
I guess earlier before I also wanted to comment on the whole like fan film thing, where it's like there's definitely a place for fan films. Obviously, this guy, if he was smart, he would have been able to have used that fan film to get the attention from Hollywood and get help kickstart his career. So like by making a fan project that is based on something that people recognize, it certainly gives you more attention and a larger spotlight on you in the short run, I feel. But I guess this is just mainly me through my own conversations with my friend Chris Martinez, who is unfortunately no longer with us. Ever since I met him, I was always more motivated than ever to pursue original products, because at the very least, even if that's the only thing you created, that is still something that's
yours.
That's yours, yeah. So with this guy, his career didn't really go anywhere from what you've told me. And so people just know him as the guy who did the Batman fan film. And it's not like he can ever capitalize on that level of fame, because Batman is not his, nor is Predator or Alien.
Or the concept of alleys.
Or the concept of alleys, yeah. Yes. So it's like this guy built what little of a career he did just simply by slapping a bunch of characters he doesn't own together. And let's look at on the opposite end of the spectrum. We have someone like Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith's best film, arguably today, is his first film, Clerks. And Clerks is something that's totally all 100% him. And even
Snooch
nowadays, what?
I said snooch to the motherfucking nooch.
Oh my god!
Hey, Win.
Hey, Win, you just classed up this joint by 2%.
Well, he mentioned Clerks, and it's not Clerks without Jay and Silent Bob.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. No, we're go on. We're talking about people who invest too much money in their fan films, and
I don't know anything about that.
Irony.
I'm sorry, Brayton.
Yeah.
Excuse me as I am buried under my robot puppets and
okay, to be fair,
the spent money.
Yeah, to be fair though, Brayton, you did smart, because these are
See, that's the smart thing. I made a fan film off of something that was cheap to begin with, so that's the financially wise thing.
Yeah, and it's weirdly public domain enough that you can kind of get away with it. So as long as you don't.
There's little production value that must be forced into it, but I think it matters too, like how. I think there's a level of I like fan films, but I think there's a level, the part that really ruins it is just how serious you take yourself when you make them. You have to just be upfront about what you're doing, and based on personal encounters with certain fan film directors who take themselves way too seriously and way too horribly, and refute all criticism thrown their way.
I wonder who we're talking about.
No, yeah. Dilly. We're talking about Dilly Bedos, that guy. I think that just makes you seem like a total clown and up your own butt.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kevin Smith, I think there was like a quote from him where like, oh, I was looking at Robert Rodriguez's film and he had a guitar case and a turtle. I have a convenience store.
and
so
a turtle.
He made a movie about what he knows.
Right.
Yeah. And he is still capitalizing off of it to this day, and God bless him for it, because he worked his ass off like 20 years ago to make that movie possible, and now he is reaping the benefits to which he totally 100% deserved.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I like the guy too. I'm glad he has his own little empire, even though he hasn't really made a major movie on his own recently. It's like I haven't heard
Well,
much.
he did. He did Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah, but I haven't heard much about that movie one way or another, unfortunately. Have you guys
Didn't
seen it?
didn't it get a limited release or something like that?
Yeah, it did get a limited release, yeah. But apparently it's like one of those movies where it's like, if you are a fan, it's the problem with apparently with Jay and Silent Bob reboot is that it's still has that sophomoric humor that fans should like, but the problem is that most of his fans have sort of aged out of that sophomoric humor. So there's like a sort of like what do you call it? A contradicting nature to it, where its humor is very sophomoric, but not its audience that it's targeting itself at with its fan service.
Mm. Yeah.
And
So,
he
like,
is writing the upcoming He-Man cartoon for Netflix.
Oh yeah,
I hope
forgot
he
about.
succeeds with that because a lot of his comic book work is actually pretty good. Not counting that.
Oh yeah, like Batman Cacophony was surprisingly very good, as well as Batman 66 meets the Green Hornet.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote a decent run for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact synapses of it, but I remember a buddy of mine in college showing me the comic and letting me borrow it. I just can't remember the exact premise of it. I just remember heavily enjoying it.
Oh wow. Okay, didn't know that.
Okay, so before we continue, how you doing, Win?
Well, hanging in could be better, but fall allergies. It's just something you gotta get used to.
Oh yeah, it's like, have we all gotten our shots for the flu, or since flu season started?
Not just yet, but fortunately, the pharmacist in my town looks like they do flu shots. So if I ever get an opportunity, I'll walk down and get it done.
Okay, cool. So what about you, Brayton? We know you don't believe in
That's.
science.
I'm not answering a demeaning question like, "Have I got my shots?" Rap. You're not getting word one out of me.
Right. We never saw you in person. For all we know, you're just a giant kitten in a tracksuit.
Yep.
I don't
Pretty
know
much.
why.
There's a zipper down my back.
For the tracksuit, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I don't believe in vaccines. They're against my religion.
God damn you, insert actress here.
I don't believe in religion. It's against my vaccine. Well, I guess we're going to have to agree to disagree.
You got your vaccine, my religion. You got your religion and my vaccine. So that made no sense.
And it interferes with my side hustle.
There's got to be a better way.
Hi, I'm Jesus. I'm going to throw vaccines in your eyes.
Hey, man.
Billy Mays here with my best friend Jesus, who has an Australian accent for some reason. That's right, Billy. We're here to talk about the new Christ vaccine.
Brought to you by G-Man Products.
Holy water.
We filled up this swimming pool with holy water.
You take a gulp, and that disease will be beaten to a pulp.
Right.
I think we just invented a Mad TV sketch called QVC Jesus. I think we need to get to work on this.
Nice. So, I don't know why, but the idea that all of Ed Wood and his friends are coming out of the swimming pool in like a long line.
What?
Nothing. No, I don't know. I just got the image that.
That was a weird jumble of sentences.
Yes. No, I just got the. It's a dumb. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm on a little bit on the sick side. I'm just kind of rambling on right now. So there's my deceased grandma.
Oh, I was born a rambling man.
Rambling Joe. Don't vote for him. But win. Okay, wait, no. Did you hear what happened to the president?
Have you heard the Supreme Leader came down with the sickness?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh God.
Ooh, China.
They did. It was that little boy that was Short Round. That little boy with the cap. He gave it to me.
And
Should have held on to your potatoes.
It might not bode too well for the guy, given the dude's not exactly the picturesque picturesque image of health
He's a
on top of a never-ending diet of Big Macs and Diet Coke.
You've seen the golf pictures. He's a physical specimen.
Golf doesn't count.
We-
Golf
we-
is not a real sport.
We
Fight
actually,
me.
we actually have footage of Donald Trump on the golf course. Can you switch to it, Andres? And just cuts to Violet Beauregard from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Uh-oh.
He's a physical specimen in the sense that a pile of pancake batter can be a physical specimen.
Yeah, it's like I don't want anybody to suffer from this disease, but at the same time, it's like the joke that's going around is like scientists are currently just doing tests to see if Donald Trump has karma. So
Oh.
I thought it was funny.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
You just stole Frank's joke, Raph, and repurposed it as your own and told it
I
worse.
forgot. I heard it from you. Do you want to?
You're the new what's that female comedian that everybody hates
David
who steals
Gould?
jokes? No,
Amy Schumer?
Amy Schumer. You're the new Amy Schumer, Raph. Go
Oh
sit
my-
in the corner.
I always wanted to be blonde.
Who is the new Carlos Mencia?
Yeah.
who
Who
is-
is the new Dennis Leary?
Who is the new 1990s Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? They recycle jokes all the time. All right, okay.
Oh.
I forgot I heard that joke from you, Brayton, at the beginning of the show. If you want to repeat it.
No, it's already been murdered. It's
No,
already
no.
been. It does already died in the street like a dog. I'm not gonna repeat it on the
Okay.
podcast.
But anyways, our great leader has gone down with the sickness, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
See,
oh
I
my
just
God.
repeated an Andres joke. How do you like that?
Is somebody else in the background with you?
There's a class going on in the room right next door.
Okay, give them all hugs and kisses and say Raph sent you.
No.
Okay. That would be funny in a terrible way.
You should be a
And we're
teacher. You should
fine.
be a teacher, Raph. Just see how long you last.
No, that would be a terrible idea. I can barely share coherent sentences with you guys.
Teaching kids about puns. Have a whole pun semester, a pun unit.
God, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to imagine Raph as like a serious, legit like art teacher.
All right.
Here's how you draw the women's.
Now remember, with the women, they're 6 heads tall and their chests are about 20.
Win, save yourself. Oh my God.
God damn it.
Oh God. Damn it. But I make money drawing his horrible pictures.
Don't justify it to yourself, you creepy pervert.
Right.
That's your dirty money.
Hey, that's our word. Right. Are you talking to us? Is that going to ruin the other class?
No. Well, normally classes occur simultaneously within these rooms, so it would be common for whenever I have a class with my students that the other rooms would be able to hear my how would you call it, my conversate classes as well.
Okay.
So should we impersonate a bunch of Japanese school children?
No.
No. Okay.
In fact, they're probably. I bet you, like anybody in the other room is probably going to wonder where all these random English voices are coming from.
Is that a monster cry?
No, I said I.
Aw, shucks. Guy, sure is murder when you're invited onto Shoma live stream.
Oh, Lord.
In Shoma, he's your monster, bullies you all the time.
Yeah. I don't know how the rest of the line goes.
I don't know.
Okay. So, anyways, welcome to my nightmare.
I
To
understand.
my nightmare. Meet my kid. Little Power Rangers movie.
Little questions.
You know,
Billy.
with all the Mighty Morphin pandering, how come we've never seen the return of Ivan Ooze?
a good
Why?
question.
The man's still alive. He's getting up there in age, but so is Ian McDermott. Just have him have that kind of comeback where he's like, I have died many times.
I can just imagine poor Oh God, Paul Freeman.
Paul Freeman,
Yes,
not Paul Freeze.
Yes, I stopped myself from saying it, Brayton. Okay, I could just imagine him like, no, not the purple makeup, not the purple makeup. It just cuts to him.
You've got to have Linkara as the Kylo Ren character.
Oh my God.
Yes, show me the way, Kylo, Mr. Ooze. What have we learned today?
Oh God! Like, you know what? At the very least, just put Ivan Ooze in the Power Rangers, the current Power Rangers game, Battle for the Grid.
What is Battle for the Grid? I'm unfamiliar with that. Is that the one where everyone's fighting each other?
Yeah, it's a fighting game.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like, the Marvel versus Capcom games.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a Power Ranger game in that style.
Okay. There's not much.
Has he never shown up in like a video game or something?
A
He
lot
did.
of video game spin-offs from the movie itself, but not.
He appeared in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers: The Fighting Edition, which was like a Street Fighter style game where he was a secret end boss character. And when you win, you get a cheat code to unlock him in multiplayer mode.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a picture.
Yeah.
And I'm sure. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. I'm honestly surprised Ivan Ooze hasn't returned. Or should
We
I
got
say,
a job to do.
quickly, guys, get your construction equipment. I'll see you in Australia. I mean, Angel Grove. And we find the egg. Okay, which one of us wants to break it and let him out?
We end up landing in Australia / Angel Grove via skydiving.
It's just like my face with the fisheye lens. Look, I'm a '90s kid.
I gotta say, I was surprised to hear it during the credits, but that Kung Fu Dancing, that remix kicks ass. I just gotta say, I listened to it independently of the end credits.
Great.
It's pretty wonderful.
Now I gotta add it to my playlist. Damn it.
No, the music in that movie is that's catchy stuff.
Yeah. I wonder if they ever released like an album of a soundtrack album of the MMPR movie.
I don't know. They've got a playlist on YouTube of all the songs.
I don't know.
And I just shared a screenshot right now of Ivan Ooze from the Super Nintendo fighting game.
In all his 16-bit glory.
Yeah, I might actually share that just for a little bit. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, okay. So I searched up Power Rangers OST, original soundtrack, and I'm looking at. Apparently, at one point, they sold the vinyl record of the original Power Rangers soundtrack.
What?
And
I had the cassette tape.
Oh,
nice. And I'm looking at a vinyl record and CD album of the 2017 movie soundtrack. And honestly, I can't remember a single tune from that movie outside of the them playing the 1995 version of the Go-Go Power Rangers theme.
Right. Oh, you don't even remember Devo's famous song, Are You Ready? While they're fighting Ivan Kid's kids.
No. I'm talking about the 2017 movie.
Oh, yeah. Who remembers anything from that other than naked Bryan Cranston in the first 5
I
minutes?
watched that in the dentist office.
Yes, we know.
From my chair while sharp instruments were being placed into my mouth. It was a wonderful, comparable experience between the two. Harmonizing.
It's naked Bryan Cranston. I
I was really put off by it.
today. That was my impression of Brayton. At the dentist
That
office.
was my brain talking. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to turn over a seat and see a naked blue Bryan Cranston straddling a battlefield.
Yeah.
So that's a way to start a movie.
Yeah, Gesundheit, by the way. I was gonna say, isn't it a bad idea to have a television playing in the dentist's office? Like, what if you're like terrified of spiders, and then a spider movie shows up, and then
I guess they haven't thought that through. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like arachnophobes. They're not very brave when spiders.
And
are around.
here you go, Ralph. This is an Amazon page for Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, which shows off some screenshots. It was released like a year or two ago, and it was like super like cheap. There were only like 9 characters in the game.
And all of them were just recolors of the same character because it's Power Rangers.
Technically, there were 2 Tommies.
Yeah. Oh god, that would be a terrible concert.
And but apparently they refined the gameplay. They added a lot more characters, a significant amount of characters, and a lot more stages, and an actual story mode. So for $30, it's now worth the $30 cheap price tag.
Right.
So these guys, they really did not give up on this project.
Right.
Like, these were guys who really genuinely wanted to make a decent Power Rangers fighting game.
Apparently, Power Rangers 2017 had a cover of Stand By Me.
What?
Seriously?
What?
Why?
Okay.
I don't
Nani?
know. I'm looking at the playlist on YouTube.
Read us the list of disappointment, Brayton.
Okay, these are. Hold on. Let me get back to it. Power Rangers soundtrack 2017. Well, it's been a few years. 3 years.
A lot
Okay,
can
Power
happen
Rangers
in
2017
years.
soundtrack.
I mean, a lot can happen in 1 year.
Yeah.
Just look at 2020.
Okay, there's a song Fitz and the Tantrums Hand Clap. 21 Pilots, We Don't Believe What's on TV. Phanogram Calling All. The Raconteurs, Salute Your Solution. All My Exes Live in Texas by George Strait. Revocation by Communion. Explosions in the Sky by the Ecstatics.
I don't know any of these people.
Social Distortion. Ring of Fire. Stand By Me, covered by the Bootstraps. Halsey, I Walk the Line. Kanye West, Power.
Oh, I remember. That was in the commercials.
Yeah, and Unstoppable by The Score.
Social Distortion I can forgive because that was actually a really good cover of Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire. But Kanye West, I'm sorry, what were you thinking?
He's Conway
Lionsgate?
West.
What were you thinking?
Right. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm looking at the character roster. Yeah, there is a lot of just Power Ranger suits that are just recolored, which would make the game really easy to sell. It's like, what is it? I'm not gonna.
Funny enough, the Rangers they chose to be in the game, they didn't exactly pick like the most popular ones. Rather, they chose ones that they thought would be different enough from a gameplay perspective. So it's not like you have a bunch of dudes with swords and a bunch of dudes with lasers.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, you're right. There's like, what is it? We got some obvious ones like Tommy Oliver and Jason the Red Ranger, Kimberly Hart. But then you also have Kat from Power Rangers SPD, the Magna Defender,
Lord
Draken.
Draken.
I'm reading the good guys. White Mystic Force Ranger, Cenozoic Blue Ranger, Gold Zeo Ranger. Okay.
Yeah.
The SPD Shadow Ranger, Time Force Quantum Ranger, Jungle Fury Wolf Ranger. Oh, there's your favorite. Samurai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but as far as the villains and monsters go, it's a very slim list. It's Goldar, Lord Zed, Scorpina, Lord Drakon, Mastodon Sentry, Black Lion Warrior, and that's it. Okay.
And I guess maybe the Ranger Hunter, which is the evil brainwashed Kimberly from Shattered. What's it called? Shattered
Grid. Yeah.
Yeah, Shattered Grid.
Okay, yeah, she's under Kimberly Hart, Ranger Slayer, and regular Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Right. Although the Ranger Slayer / Evil Kimberly, she has an alternate skin where she's just Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger.
Right.
Same thing with Tommy. They gave him the White Ranger as an alternate skin.
Yeah.
And I think they also gave Jason the gold armor, the Green Ranger gold shield as an alternate skin. Yeah. So they got a few decent alternate skins there, costumes there.
You're right. They did kind of go out of their way to pick characters that were just different enough or memorable enough. Because it's like, I'm honestly surprised they went with like some like Cat Ranger and Magna Defender. So.
Funny enough, Cat and the Magna Defender were within the first of the 9 characters when the game was first released.
Okay.
Well, they were popular from their limited appearance. That was a good SPD episode, and she was actually pretty popular in Deca Ranger as Deca Swan.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? It's actually I've noticed that they got a lot of 6th Rangers or like the bonus Rangers for this game. They're definitely like the most unique out of your average standard Ranger.
Right. So, but then they are the designs that kind of stick out the most. So.
True. Yeah.
You know, it's like as much as I love the monsters from this show, I do have to admit they're not much of an impactful presence. I can see why they were left out of this game. So.
Yeah, and also like everyone remembers Goldar and Lord Zed and Scorpina over the Eye Guy, the Skeleton Guy, and King Sphinx.
Bones. His name is Bones, which is even more generic.
Right. It's even worse than I thought. See?
Yeah. Oh God. It's. You know, I don't know.
Oh, you know what? They got Daishi. He's the villain from the main villain from Jungle Fury.
Oh yeah, but he's among the non-playable. Oh right, I didn't even see this part of the list of non-playable characters.
No, he's a playable character.
Is he?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Let me just find the trailer.
I'm not watching a trailer.
Fine, I'll find a screenshot, you weenie.
Wienertown.
There you go. There's your precious Daishi.
I know, but is he a character you're supposed to play?
Yes.
Okay, must have been one of the later versions of the game. Because I'm looking at the Power Ranger Wikipedia. Stop laughing, Brayton. And I don't see the Daishi anywhere.
Okay, let me find it.
This is a conspiracy, I say.
But it's coming out on the 13th, which is still half a month from now, but I'm pretty excited.
The Season 2 pass. They're probably talking about the Season 1.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
all right.
Currently, let's see, do they have Daishi here? Yes, okay, so we got Mighty Morphin Red Ranger and a Dragon Shield skin. We have Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger in the dragon armor, which is from the comics. Mm-hmm. We have Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger with a Ranger Slayer skin. We got Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, Green Ranger version 2 from the Bat in the Sun productions, and a White Ranger skin. Goldar, Lord Zed, Scorpina, Zeo Gold Ranger, Magna Defender, Pink Time Force Ranger, Quantum Time Force Ranger, SPD Shadow Ranger, aka Doggy Kruger, SPD Cat Ranger, Mystic Force White Ranger, Jungle Fury Wolf Ranger, Black Daishi, Samurai Red Ranger 2, the female Red Ranger, Super Mega Force Yellow Ranger, Mastodon Sentry, Lord Drakon and Lord Drakon Evolution 2 skin, and Movie Blue Ranger.
Blah blah blah. Ranger. I'm sorry, I was just getting a little silly there, but okay, that's a lot of Rangers.
Yes. Also, yeah, there's all the Rangers, all the characters. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's only 4. No, I guess if you want to include the Mastodon Sentry, there are 5 villains.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was gonna say it sounded like there was like whole school buses of kids floating behind you there.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there's a class in the next room.
Oh, okay. So, were they leaving the room? Everything got quiet all of a sudden.
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, I hear them again.
All right.
All right, everybody, do your weird Gamera kid voices. I was talking to you and you guys.
No.
Okay. They're doing the numbers.
I forgot what we were talking about before Power Rangers. We were talking about the music.
The music and the Power Ranger movies.
The movies, and then how do we get into the movies?
Oh yeah. Brayton, do you want to bring up any subjects?
Given that this was kind of a spur-of-the-moment call, I can't really think of much of anything right now.
Okay. Brayton, you have some old-timey, whiny...
I thought we could talk about Power Rangers some more. You're okay with that.
We know how much you like Power Rangers. You know, I'm sorry, guys. I did have fun doing that live watch and revisiting that movie, but it really was just a kind of a disposable film, wasn't it?
Just to get it out of our system
know,
and get it over with.
It came out at the right time, at the peak of Power Rangers popularity.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like, it was definitely a huge movie for a lot of children. Like, you know, for especially, I'm speaking for myself, it was like a huge movie for me that I watched over and over again as a child.
Right.
So it's like, my child self would never call it a disposable movie. It's definitely like, each generation of kids have their own childhood trash, as we can call it. Movies that we thought were amazing back in the day, but were not really when we grew up and grew critical thinking skills. But,
right.
Of course, each generation will always cherish the memories that those films gave them, as imperfect as they were. So I would say it's not disposable, given the cultural and emotional significance these movies like these have played in each of our own early years.
Oh wow, you did a better job defending that movie than I ever could.
I would say, even though the movie could have easily been so much better, how it turned out in the end was still entertaining enough to do its job at entertaining fans of Power Rangers, which in this case was certainly me.
The rest of you guys, I don't know what your deal is.
Then again, I'm just like that.
Yeah, although with that says, you do bring up a good point, and that is a neat little subject I want to touch upon. Movies that we adored as kids, but we now know is either a guilty pleasure or a piece of crap now that we've gotten older and wiser. It's like, I was watching somebody online last night, and they brought up a good point that because you see movies at an earlier age, you don't have the same critical thinking skills that you have now. And hence you're a little more forgivable when movies that you know through nostalgic purposes are way more forgivable than movies you see in a current state. It's like like a good example is I remember being a kid whenever Monster Vision came on or 100% Weird or TBS's Saturday Night movies. I would pretty much watch whatever they showed without really thinking how bad these things were until I revisit them ages later. So
all right, here's the pinnacle of that to come out right out of the gate: Space Jam. Who here did not love Space Jam when it came out?
I think for me, Space Jam was one of those movies where we wanted to see it, but like the Power Ranger movies, the parents was like, no, it's obviously a 2-hour commercial. Hell no. So
Technically, it was based on a commercial.
Yeah, and just as funny too, which that wasn't meant to be a compliment. But I'm sorry, everybody. I have a chihuahua in my face right now, so
we couldn't have told. We wouldn't have been able to tell either way.
I know, but he's trying to lick me right now, so it'd be awkward if.
So what?
What's wrong with that?
God.
Oh, he's doing that weird little smile thing. What are you doing?
Oh God, where is this gonna head? You play Space Jam. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, Space Jam. What about the Space Jam? Say the Space Jam.
All right.
Yeah, but
I was well, again, I was too young to have experienced Space Jam when it came out. But even then, I watched the Looney Tunes back in action as a kid. I didn't watch Space Jam until years later, until it was a meme. So yeah, I don't have the nostalgia lens for it. To me, it's just kind of like it's out there. And then the Looney Tunes could get out there, but that one's just a little too. I don't know. It's really weird and crazy, but sort of not. I don't really admire its weirdness since it's such like a tie-in to a stupid commercial type of thing. It just feels sort of like 90s family commercial film weirdness. Sanitized weirdness. That's what I meant to say.
That's a good point, actually. There is a lot of movies from the 90s we grew up with, which... See, like Free Willy, I bet that movie doesn't hold up if we went to revisit
Hey, you fuck right the fuck off. Leave my Free Willy alone.
Yeah. Bill and I made a commentary a couple of years ago on Free Willy, and we enjoyed every moment of it.
Back me up when you hate Free Willy as much as I do, right?
I honestly don't remember Free Willy.
Yeah, 2 against 2.
Where's my harmonica? It's somewhere around here.
Right.
I need to learn.
I
I
really
need to
like
learn
or
to
hate
play
something I don't remember.
Yeah, okay, fine. Okay. I guess it is.
I bet you, the moment you start hearing the Michael Jackson Free Willy song, you're gonna get start swelling up inside.
Wait a minute. I don't remember Free Willy having an army of killer rats.
What?
Because Michael Jackson also did the music for Ben, which was about a man who befriends an army of rats.
Oh, I never saw the music video for Ben.
Michael Jackson was like 4 years old when he made that song. All right, there was
I know.
no music video.
I've heard the song Ben, but I've never seen any video associated with Ben.
Right. And if it did, it would just be a little Michael Jackson surrounded by rats of various sizes. What did I get myself into?
I do know that, like, earlier Brain mentions Back in Action, and I think recently Back in Action is starting to see sort of like a reevaluation, because for whatever reason, like, I loved Back in Action when it came out in theaters.
Yeah.
And I remember everyone just panning it. I know it was a huge box office failure, and like it always carried a negative reputation with it as like the movie that killed the Looney Tunes for a while. But
and Joe
honestly,
Dante too, if you think about it.
Oh yeah. Didn't he go on to do Captain America though later?
No.
Joe Dante didn't do Captain America. That was
Captain America.
Then the director of the Rocketeer do Captain America.
No, dude. I'm sorry.
Who was he?
Oh God.
I can't remember the guy's name, but
hold on. We got cell phones and computers.
It's John or Joe, so there's a J in it.
Yeah, just give me a moment. I'm looking it up right now. Rocketeer.
Joe Johnston. Okay, Joe Johnston.
Yeah.
And the guy was who? Joe
Dante.
Camel.
Joe Dante, the only man with balls big enough to put the Roman back in the theaters. Yeah.
Right. So I think there's sort of been like a reevaluation of Back in Action, Looney Tunes Back in Action as sort of like the ultimate Looney Tunes tribute film that could possibly have been made at that time.
Yeah, I enjoy it, and I still enjoy it. And it was the first movie I saw in a drive-in.
Nice.
It was a pretty good experience. And again, like I said, Roman and a Dalek. And,
a Dalek, way before people ever even knew what a Dalek was in the States.
Right. Yeah, pretty cool. Then they got into trouble for that though, because they assumed it was public domain.
Oh yeah, the BBC. Oh, Riff the Witch is here. Hi, I'm here. What are we doing? Whatever the hell we want.
Talking about 90s movies that don't hold up.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and
I can definitely tell you one, if you don't mind me bringing up a new movie. Pretty much every single Don Bluth movie made after All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Oh yeah, John Bluth didn't have a good job. Rockadoodle.
Rockadoodle.
I have nostalgia. That's one for me. I have nostalgia for Rockadoodle. That was oh my God.
Oh.
Your dog doesn't.
Nippo does not sound happy.
Yeah, cool your damn dog jets, Nipple, and let me talk about the wondrous joy that is Rockadoodle. But no, yeah, that was I had nostalgia for that. That and the Pebble and the Penguin.
Pebble and Penguin, yeah. I never grew up with I never saw Troll in Central Park, but that was probably for the best.
Me neither. That was always a VHS tape that we had laying around, but I swear it went like untouched because no one ever watched it.
Especially the cover. The cover does not inspire any.
No.
Yeah, I love me some Don Bluth films, but all I've heard of the movie is that it's overly saccharine levels of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I love me some charm, I love me some lighthearted moments, and Don Bluth films sometimes do that moment right. With the exception of that.
Yeah.
I can't really pass judgment on Pebble and the Penguin because I've never seen it. I just know that Tim Curry is an antagonist in it, so that's some semblance of a bonus.
And Tim Curry's doing a Californian accent dude voice. It's literally Tim Curry doing a dude bro voice, a California surfer dude bro voice.
The little I've heard of it, I could tell he was having fun. So I might rent that sometime on Amazon Prime if they have it up.
Tim
And
Curry, I will say
else,
this.
there's Jim Belushi as Rocco.
Oh, Jim Belushi.
Wait,
What?
isn't that Surf's Up and not the Pebble and the Penguin?
No. He literally was in.
There's too many fucking Penguin movies to keep track.
I was about to say the same thing when.
You've seen one Penguin movie, you've seen them all, with the exception of one that stands out, and that's because it's narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Remember to always think about Morgan Freeman, because Morgan Freeman's certainly thinking about you.
Morgan, are the penguins on screen?
Let's see.
Send in the penguins. Those tap dancing penguins.
Another movie from my childhood I remember that I don't think a lot of people talk about these days, the live-action Flintstones movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And the sequel.
Oh, yeah, Viva Rock Vegas.
Yeah.
I was in the theaters when that came out.
Yeah. Wasn't Halle Berry in the first one?
Yes,
she was in the first one, yeah.
Yep. Good casting, Rosie O'Donnell, John Goodman, Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
Oh god, the guy from Twin Peaks and Dune as the main villain.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, I haven't seen the Flintstones in forever.
Well, they are prehistoric.
God damn it. Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you. What do you think?
As long as you get one good joke per stream, you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to dwell on it or I'm going to ruin this wonderful moment. So.
Let's see. I always saw commercials for Angels in the Outfield, but I never actually saw the movie.
I don't. It's the 90s was filled with a lot of baseball movies.
Were you guys forced to watch Remember the Titans, or was that after your time?
I think I did. Yes, I did see Remember the Titans. I think it was a high school movie where like the substitute didn't want to do the thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you remember Jungle to Jungle with Tim Allen?
I remember George. What is it? George in the Jungle or whatever. But I don't remember that one.
What about Jumanji? Oh, Jumanji. Everyone's seen
Jumanji's good. Fuck off.
Yeah. No, I was going to stop myself before you told me to screw off. So.
Sorry.
All right. Well, I gotta get going now. My next class is about to start.
Oh, okay. So we lost one. So might as well. How long have you been going on this?
We lost one. We have to find him in Jumanji.
Okay.
Bring him back.
What year is it?
Right. Okay, buddy. Thank you for joining us and forcing me into this. Oh, you already left?
You're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome to.
All right. Take care, guys.
Okay.
Thanks for helping me with my boredom at work.
Okay, you enjoy it and tell the kids Raph will get them because I live under the bed.
Sure.
I'm the Mr. Boogity.
I'll eat him like gummy bears.
Oh god, so that sounded way more menacing than I meant it to be. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, so it's just the three of us. We'll go on for another 20 minutes because. Yeah, holy crap, it's almost 1 a.m. Wynn, do you want to go to bed?
I probably should because I do have some errands I need to run in the morning.
Okay, then we'll go on for another 10 minutes and we'll call it quits. So, Riff the Witch, she asked a silly question. If you had to be locked in a room with a single 1950s creature for 24 hours, who would you pick? I chose the Twonky, which is a time-traveling robot television who isn't that bad, but he gets annoying after the first day. So, but he's very unthreatening, so I think I'll be okay. What about you two?
Can't really say. I can't decide.
Okay. So.
Stuck in a room with a 50s creature. I Okay, I would choose the brain from Planet Eros because I think we could have a fun conversation with each other about overthrowing the human race.
Oh, okay.
And he's a big floaty brain, so he's nice.
Yeah, and plus
And smart.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one.
Plus, he's full of candy, so you can beat him like a piñata, and the candy will come out.
That's your answer.
Or no, fuck it, no. I'll be the Roman. What am I saying? I love the Roman. I'll be in a room with a Roman.
All right, but when he will like kill you because you're not the woman he loves.
What makes you say that? What makes you jump to that conclusion?
Because in the movie
that I can't swoon the Roman. How do you compute that?
The Roman, by the way, is that gorilla monster with the robot head. So that you always see in old movies. What about the man from Planet X? He's pretty non-violent until you like push him around.
Yeah, he reminds me too much of me. I don't want to be stuck in a room with another me. It's hard to be stuck inside me as it is.
Okay, hold on. I'll find a picture of the man from Planet X, and it will be all disturbed.
He looks like oh god, he looks like somebody. He looks like Joe Biden a little bit. In the face, in the facial area.
When I just got to get your brief thoughts. What did you think of the presidential debate, or at least the meme videos?
I haven't seen them, but one meme that was linked to me by a friend was a clip from Gravity Falls with Grunkle Stan just watching TV going, fight, fight, fight. And you see these two babies in a ring. One gets prodded with a stick, smacks the other baby. The baby smacks the other. And you see it go, baby fights.
That's brilliant. Oh my god, it's like, what is it? Upright Citizen Brigade. It's a lesser known comedy show, but they had a similar sketch where this mother has just moved into suburbia with her newborn baby, and she's talking to one of her neighbors with her baby. It's like, oh, is that your baby? Yeah, he's only 11 months old. Well, that means he's old enough to be a fighter. What? And it's like, so like her husband, or the neighbor's husband, grabs the baby and they put him in a pen. It's like, baby fight, baby fight, and like everybody in the neighborhood, including a random like Las Vegas bookie, comes in. It's like, all right, I'm gonna bet on this. And you don't see the babies fighting, but you hear punching noises off camera as the mother looks terrified. I thought it was funny. Hello?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to say too, Frank Conniff has been on a roll on Facebook with sharing more joke posts that I think I should read.
Yes, let's talk about like Frank Conniff.
Hold on, let me say, okay. From an hour ago, we are right now living through a solemn moment. The President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief of our armed forces, the leader of the free world, has contracted a deadly disease, which is why I'm too excited to sleep. There's another post here. I had some more jokes about the Melania Christmas thing, but comedy premises from 4 hours ago are dated material right now. If you're upset that people are joking about Donald Trump getting the coronavirus, fine, but then you should be double angry at the person responsible for giving Donald Trump the coronavirus, Donald Trump. And then here, after he tested positive, Trump asked his doctor if an electoral college victory over COVID-19 was possible. So just thought I should share those with you as they come in.
This is pretty damn dark.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, to quote the man, Raph, it is what it is. Okay? So I just want to say that.
Oh my god, I'm surprised. Oh my god, the poor guy. I don't like the guy, to say at the least, but I also feel kind of sorry for the dumbass. It's like
I feel a little more sorry for the other 200,000 people that he let die under his watch and then disregarded. This is the guy. This is the plant man from Planet X.
Yeah, the man from Planet
I
X.
haven't seen the movie, so is he like a evil force?
No, he's actually a peaceful alien who comes down when he's
that they murder?
Yeah, well, no, it's one of those situations where he's relatively peaceful when he comes down, but when they're trying to communicate with him, it goes nowhere, and the one douchebag scientist just gets angry and pushes him in the corner, and then the man from Planet X goes on a rampage and starts laser gunning people left and right. But yeah, it's like before that, he's just a pretty chill dude who just, looks around, gives you weird looks, and just stands there waiting for a conversation. So yeah, it's like if you were stuck in, it's like granted though, if you were stuck in a room with him, you'd want to be when he just arrived on Earth and he's pretty okay and chill. Not after he got pushed in a corner and it's like, fuck this, and just starts shooting everybody with a laser beam. So, but yeah, I feel now I feel sorry for this guy. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. He does look a little bit like, he looks like everybody you've ever known who's old.
Hi there! I'm a man with flat. And he's got his little sandy cheeks costume.
God damn it.
Yeah, he does look like a trick-or-treater. Like, if you open your front door, would you be terrified, or you'd be like, damn it, I don't got any Snickers, give me a moment.
Yeah, it just looks like it looks kind of like a Mad Magazine drawing come to life, like Alfred E. Newman's grandpa. He's,
hello, boy, we're going back.
What, me worry? He's a big old goofy guy.
Yeah.
Goofy head, goofy face.
Yeah, so you think we would survive being in a room with the creature from the Black Lagoon for an hour, or you think he'd just get angry with us?
Well, he'd probably die because he'd be out of water for an hour.
Oh, that is true. So him gulping for air as the dramatic music plays.
This is getting really unpleasant.
Okay, so all right. Any last? We are gonna cut it short because it is late, and like I said, I'm a little under the weather despite my enthusiastic attitude, and you just had a whole 5 hours on D&D too, so you're probably tired as all get go.
Yeah.
Okay. Great monologue there. Okay, any last words from you, Brayton?
Feed me some material here.
Booga baga.
Booga baga hooga-doo. Voodoo voodoo doo-doo-doo. This is Night Owling with Inshoma. Hoo.
Oh, God.
Just end it on that. An exasperated oh god is the perfect way to end any rap and show live stream. That's fitting.
Yeah, it is, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to say good night, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us, or whoever's going to be watching this in the future. I will be doing another live stream with Mark Rivers tomorrow. If you guys want to join me, great. If not, it'll just be me and Mark Rivers probably talking about the screwed up situation we're in right now. And that's about it. But thank you for this impromptu. God damn it! Never mind. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
This on the sperm of the moment live stream.
I didn't finish it yet. You just ruined. Oh god, you ended on a really nasty note. You know that?